All right. Hello there. We are back. We are about to be playing Monster Guts, which is a game by Danielle Osterman. We are here today to support the medical aid for Palestinians. Every cent you donate matters. It is a really, really tough situation out there, and everything we can do to give back is a huge amount of help. So thank you all very much for your donations. We will try to read as many as we can on stream. Yeah, I'm Jenna Lacombe. I'm going to introduce everyone else in just a second. We're going to be playing Monster Guts, which is a game about fighting giant monsters in the post-apocalypse. Um, and it's really, really cool. Let's go in stream order. Cinnamon, let's start with you. Can we get your names? I mean, you might have multiple names. Your name, pronouns, anything you want to plug or shout out.
Am I introducing the character as well at this point, or just me, the player?
Let's do that after.
Perfect. All right, I am Cinnamon. I use he, any pronouns, and I don't have anything to shout out. I'm basically entirely off social media and have nothing else going on the web. So that's it.
Powerful, powerful stuff. Jack.
I'm Jack. You can find me at I don't call it X, it's Twitter. At Jack_Warshaw. Um, I what do I have coming up? I don't have any projects that are releasing right now, but I'm going to be at GDC. So if anyone watching this is also going to be at GDC, come say hi. Otherwise, yeah, nothing big coming up. I do stuff in the game sphere. Join my Twitter if you want to see me do stuff like this, and also want to hear about some stuff I have coming up in a few months, but nothing right now.
Maka.
Unmuting myself. Hi, I'm Mocha. They them pronouns. You can find me on co-host at Mocha. You can try finding me on Twitter. There's still a private account. Good luck with that. Um, and if folks have donated for the stream and donated again for the stream, maybe also bought a shirt for this, like for the anniversary, you may want to go to Steam and look up GB Robo, which is one of my video games, which is like weirdly enough currently on discount. I didn't do that for like the stream. It just so happens because Steam is doing a dinosaurs versus robots fest. And even though I don't have issues with dinosaurs, the game I'm selling there has a lot of robots in there and communism. So I don't know. Maybe buy it. It's cheap. It's good. I like it a lot, but I also made it. So who knows? Anyway, please buy my things.
And Ren.
Wait, is my okay? Sorry, I thought my mic wasn't picking up. Hi, I'm Ren. I use they/it pronouns, and you can find me on co-host at Zutaka, Zutaca.
Awesome, awesome. All
Yeah.
right. So we're going to be hunting monsters. We are in I don't know if it's Seattle. I don't think we're in Seattle. That would be weird. But we're in the Pacific Northwest. And the object of the game, for those who aren't familiar with Monster Guts or Monster Hunter, which Monster Guts is based on, is to hunt a giant monster that is threatening our community. Um, to do that, we have four hunters assembled here with their really cool weapons. So let's go down. Let's go down the list in the same order again. Talk about who you're playing as and what your cool thing is, and any cool stuff about your character.
All right. I am playing character weapon. I am playing Pripriyan, which is the self-made onomatopoeia of clapping your hands together twice and spreading them out to do jazz hands. Um, they them pronouns. They look like like kind of inspired by and I've forgotten the name if I almost said it. Phrygian from Palisade. Just made entirely out of like hands. You could also think Robin from One Piece, except just like it's like decided to make a cocoon of just hands and then just live in there always. Uh, and I am using the modular scythe, which can switch between a scythe and a shield depending on usage.
I am going to be playing Pete, who is a carpenter and botanist. Uh, I think, unlike a lot of other people, instead of scavenging stuff, most of the time I use materials that we get to build things that will help me grow my weapons. So I have a maul that I'm using right now. Um, and that is something that I grew and I carved it out of a tree. And Pete is both, yeah, he grows and carves his own weapons, and he's very lumberjacky, very utilitarian. He, him pronouns. Uh, yeah,
Maka.
Okay. I'm playing Lesser Evil. They them pronouns. I haven't really thought about what their role is, but I think they're just like really into, oh wow, monsters, cool. Um, their look is something I decided to just be described as business hot. Unfortunately, Google image search is incredibly disappointing when you try to look up hot business outfits because it's just guys that wear suits. So I had to come up with my own definition for it, which is like they're wearing a cropped yellow dress shirt with purple pinstripes, a cropped navy blue blazer, and black cropped dress pants, like imagine booty shorts but dress pants, and red sandals. Uh, their weapon is the bow gun, which I think looks like kind of like a breech-loaded blunderbuss with an absurdly sized and useless scope on top of it. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to go hunting. Finally, probably.
Probably. And
Yeah.
Ren.
And I play Sun on Street. It's why? Oh,
Oh, sorry,
that's
we both grabbed it at exactly the same time.
okay.
That was
Who uses he they pronouns and wields a Vespine spear, is like a spear with like bees or wasps flying around it, and like fighting with them. Like I
It's-
imagine like the like like rest like the picture I have of them is like they'd like rest the like butt of the spear on the ground and then go straight from that to leaping up in the air.
Mhm. And those are our 4 intrepid hunters. I'm gonna rest us on this screen for a while we get into the action, but this is also like a map combat game. There's gonna be a map. I Monster Guts is the only game I play that I do with like a map, so that's gonna be fun. Oh no, we should. I have multiple scenes set up. Let's keep the everything on this zone so it can be centered. For the stream audience so they can look at all the cool things. Okay, so we are in this place. We right, yes, I remember now. We do not have oh, sorry, someone in the chat asked, was the father just evil? Um I believe what was the name of Lesser Evil's father?
Like Greater Evil was the grandpa. I have no idea what my father's name was. Maybe I don't. What about this? I don't know. I never met him. Let's just keep it mysterious.
Uh-huh.
I believe Greater Evil Jr. was also mentioned, but I like the mystery.
I did forget about Greater Evil Jr. That is a really good bit. Awesome. Let's yeah, so we don't have a name for this community. We know it ends in Burrow. We are in a very foggy post-apocalyptic city, right? The bombs fell years and years ago. We're about 80 years out, I believe, or did we have
We said like 40 to 50, didn't we?
40 to yes, 40 to 50. We're about 45 years out from the apocalypse. Most of the people here have lived their entire lives in this wasteland. We are somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, and we have built our little community. we, the players, don't have a name for this community, and we have decided that whatever the first donation is, it will be that burrow. So I'm keeping my eye on the Tiltify. Once we have a fun name, I will let the class know. And this is our community. You're all hunters within this community. You are all people who have who protect it from these giant monsters. The apocalypse has left the world scarred, for lack of a better term, with giant. How did I describe it before? They're huge monsters that were the American government saw, and multiple governments across the world. These giant monsters, and they were like, "Oh hell yeah, we're gonna strap guns to these things. We're gonna turn them into weapons of war." And it
wouldn't you?
went, huh?
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't that just be the first gut reaction?
Exactly, right?
See a
It's like,
dinosaur, give it a gun.
see a dinosaur, give it a gun. Turns out that went really bad. Now the world is mostly empty and stalked by these giant monsters. Let's get an image. So we are in our opening something burrow. Can I get, or sorry, my notes are not loaded. Oh, there we go. I'm imagining our community as being draped with like tons of bright colored fabrics. There are lots of, we are living in the burnt out ruins of previous civilization, but like everything is still nice and beautiful and colorful. There's big trees all over the place. At the very center of the settlement lies a really nice big tree that provides for the community. And let's get just a little image of each of your characters in the community. What do they do on a day when they aren't hunting? Let's go top down again. Cinnamon, what is Pripriyan doing?
So Pripriyan is, while not doing the monster hunter hunting stuff, is not a religious like leader of any sorts, but is kind of like considers themselves to be a spiritual person and considers the tree, which kind of the like foundation centrist community, to be very important. So I know this is somewhat more Pete's thing of like keeping the tree going, but is just going to make sure like all like everything that's been kind of like hung on the tree or like the colorful things that are on the tree to kind of really make this like highlight of the community are all in place. They're all clean. Sometimes things like come by and they'll like get dirty or muddy with rain. Or there's like little offerings that have people like kind of come by left near the tree need to be like properly kind of like organized or like just made to look kind of nice. So just little organizational things of like picking up and moving and very carefully positioning lots of little things at the same time. At the same time as like grabbing and like cleaning some of the colorful strips that are nearby all at once.
And Jack, what is Pete up to?
I think Pete starts the day not with the big tree, but with some of the smaller trees where he lives. I think like in Pete's section of the community, there is this big like grove. And things sprout up very quickly. Like we're not talking like I plant a tree and then like my children will live under the shade. It's no, I plant a tree and I will live under the shade next week. Um, and that's done with like some incredible botany stuff that was produced in the interim. But I think that Pete doesn't start the day with the larger tree because it is very stable. Like it has a pretty stable place in the ecology. So it's always the saplings that he starts the day with. And so he's just like tending to them very carefully. I think taking like little clippings to like make sure that they're all cataloged correctly, because a lot of what he has to do is make stuff that's going to be useful for a variety of stuff, whether it's weapons or infrastructure or anything. So it's all like, it's just, big cup of coffee, like big, like, massive mug in one hand, and then tiny little prunes just like taking care of the little saplings in the other. And I think that's how Pete starts his day.
Maka, what is Lesser Evil doing?
Like, do we have a town square?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm sweeping the town square, like with the broom, just
Mhm.
making sure that it looks nice.
Are you in full hot business all
Always.
the time? Always. Awesome.
I only have this one outfit.
I really like that image. I really like the image of like very carefully cleaning it because it's the only thing you own. And it's this like extremely outrageous business outfit. Okay.
We also
Um,
talked that like the business suit kind of fashion stuff was something of a trend among people. So at some point, did Lesser Evil have other clothes and then like traded them for this new hot business suit, or is this just kind of been it for the entire time?
Okay, like I kind of like the idea, also in the sense of like, what if like the like, town square sweeping is also like, okay, yeah, I'm trading, and have to be careful not to go too close to indentured servitude. But what if, okay, I'll take over the cleaning duties for you for the next 6 months for like this old suit that you found somewhere that I then fashioned into this weird blazer or whatever. Like
Yeah.
trading favors in for like this stuff, and probably also trading away the rest. I wouldn't say all of the clothes. Like the other idea I had was like, it's like kind of like cartoon character. You open up the wardrobe and it's just the same outfit all over again. So I don't know. I haven't really thought that much about it. So
Yeah.
but I do like the idea of like them kind of like basically getting like asking for a lot of favors, and now also like doing a lot of like menial tasks in return to make up for it.
I like that too. And Ren, what do we see Sun on Streets doing?
So, and then like uh trying to think of this while other people have been going, but like I think what Zodalon is like really like it was like mm, like we're in like a like library of books that they've been able to scavenge from places and like recover and like taking care of the books and stuff.
I like that. All right. I think that it's early morning. We see this image of each of you guys. We see kids running around in the streets. There are tons of like differently abled bodies in this community. We see a lot of people in wheelchairs. We see a lot of people who are missing limbs or have extra limbs. And we see a dog standing. I guess they're sitting in my. I guess that pose would be called sitting. Um, we see a dog sitting underneath the big tree. Um, and the dog barks twice, and there's a person next to them who has 3 arms and a very tight blonde ponytail. Um, and the person with 3 arms is like, "Oh, okay, yeah, for sure, uh-huh." Um, talking to the dog, and sees Priprion and says, "Oh, Priprion, we got stuff for you to do. Go over there." And goes and finds everyone else and tells everyone else to gather up around this big tree near the dog. Oh, what sort of dog? Okay, I'm really bad at describing dogs. I have a very specific dog image. We are talking about like, what if the dog from Silent Hill was like a little less Shiba Inu and a little more corgi, and had like brown fur instead of the like light golden fur, like a darker brown fur, but with like the fun eyebrows that Shiba Inus have, but still being like really dorky looking the way corgis are. And this dog gathers the four of you into the towns, or not the dog, the person comes and gathers everyone. And I'm assuming everyone shows up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm?
of course, that's one of nature's fine creatures.
Yes. Not only is this one of nature's fine creatures, this is the village leader. This is Rita the dog. Rita got turned into a dog by a witch when she was a kid, but, you know, decided to just kind of keep being a dog because dogs are cool. And has a bunch of, you know, friends and assistants, and has you know, been able to live their life as a dog in this community. And their assistant Aquila translates for you guys and is like, you know, oh, Aquila says, we've had a problem recently. So there's been a, oh gosh, how do I describe this? It's a very hard sentence to translate from dog, which is person dog, back to person human. I think that, so there was a trade cart. You know, we made contact with another settlement, but they're very far away, and there was a trading cart. That cart was supposed to arrive 2 weeks ago, and it never did. We sent someone out to go find it. We sent a group of someones out to go find it, and only one someone came back. There's something out there that is big and scary, and big and scary is your guys' specialty.
My
It was
specialty is
last-
hands, but I can do big and scary too. And I
Well,
high five
yeah.
Aquila with all three hands.
Oh yeah, triple high five power. Aquila says, yes. So the last area that the monster was sighted in was the. Let me tab over to my notes. The last time it was seen was around Witch's Forest, but I've got the feeling that it's going to move. Given the size, the person who talked to me was, you know, able to only give me so much, but given their description, I think there's like 4 different places that it could be. And you're all intimately familiar with these places. There is the Witch's Forest, which is the witch's forest, you know, for
Is
the
this the
witch.
same witch that turned Rita into a dog, or just
Yeah.
a general
Yeah.
witch?
This
Okay.
is the dog witch. It's very spooky, scary forest. You have to get through it to get to you guys, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. There is the racing track, which is haunted by the ghosts of old racers. There is the series of abandoned skyscrapers that that rest along the shore. And there is the shoreline itself. There's a huge beach that is extremely foggy all the time. The last place you guys heard about this being was the Witch's Forest. And that's pretty much all you guys have to go on. What do what do you guys do in this town, or heading out to the forest, or, you know, what's the plan when this sort of thing happens?
We should probably head out to the Witch's Forest then, if that's the last known spot.
Whether or not the monster is actually there, I want to go there because I want to know if I get turned into a dog, would I just be like a dog, or would I be a dog like made out of paws?
Or a dog made out of hands.
Ooh. See? These are the kind of things that must be known.
I have been
What?
meaning to go down to get some more potential saplings for the grove.
What if you turn into a dog that's just tails?
Well, they're not just tailbones right now.
Hmm.
Are the tails prehensile? Because I could still use that. If they're just kind of like floppy, then I'll probably won't be much use in the hunt afterwards. But these are the risks we take when we go out to, hunt monsters.
I would imagine part of this is up to the witch's discretion.
Do you think they take requests?
You could try.
If we are planning on heading that direction, then the two things that Brian will pick up before being ready to leave is going and getting their weapon, which has been used to kind of like prop open a window in their like small little home, and is a pole covered in like electrical like cords and power packs, and the head is like the two blades of an electric fan but like sharpened, and then also their companion, which is a tiny like hand-sized owl, which is colored orange, named Dorito, which will sit on their quote unquote shoulder with its head facing 100 degrees the opposite direction.
Incredible. Shout out to Dorito. What about Pete? What does Pete take with them, and who is Pete's companion?
So Pete is gonna head back, and I think like this is in like a very nice, but practical, little case. We've got um, a large wooden club, perfectly smooth, with the exception of at the top, um, several spikes that seem to be almost like this is all one solid piece, basically. Like this is all carved out of one large piece of wood, and this whole thing is maybe 5 or 6 feet long. Not 5 or 6 feet long, excuse me, but 5 or 6 feet long, and it's very hefty, and he hefted up he like closes up the case and is just going to carry the case with him, and he whistles, and you see it looks like the largest border collie you'd ever seen. Like this thing is like a it's like a Great Dane was also a border collie. And and that's the Lassie dog for people that aren't familiar. Um, but this thing is massive. And he says, good, bud. Good job. Good job. And this is Bud. Um, I just, yeah, Bud the Doge Pal, which is what those are
Any
actually called.
relation to Airbud?
On that front, let's change it to a golden retriever. That actually, I didn't think about that. Yeah, let's change it. It's not a border collie; it's a golden retriever now, but still the size of a Great Dane. Like massive, massive dog.
Yeah.
There ain't no rule that says the dog can't hunt monsters.
No,
There should be the well. I trust you to
not
hunt
Bud.
monsters.
Not for Bud. Bud is a good boy.
What does Lesser Evil get, and who is Lesser Evil's companion? Oh my god, I forgot about the name.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so like runs back to I don't know, like the shack that they live in, like rummages through like a big trunk to get out like grandpa's old gun. Then like a very like not like outfit fitting a big backpack with like whether like put in like whatever ammunition they need, grab their pair of like mirrored shades they have, and as they're like about to leave, they see a shadow in the door of like a, I don't know, like how big are these, like 4 feet, something like that?
I was imagining
Human
like 2 feet,
2?
like tiny.
Okay.
I don't. It's up to you if you want.
These are rideable, aren't they?
No, like the cat pals aren't rideable.
Cats.
I was like thinking like about the Monster Hunter pals that are like a bit bigger, but they can be 2 feet. Anyway, like kind of like, looks like a cat, but with a fairly stern look. This is Dropkick. And Dropkick insists on coming with. Probably because Dropkick is the person, like, is it's the person who, like, who I'm like indebted to. So
Mhm, mhm. Protecting their investment. Protecting their investment.
yeah, they come with to take theirs.
All right. And what does Sun on Streets go and get, and who's their companion?
Yeah. So I actually hadn't thought too much about the companion, to be honest. I sort of forgot about that part, but
It's all good.
their weapon is like it's like a spear that has has like wasps constantly like buzzing around it and like congregating around it. And like they use it as a like walking stick and like rest the butt on the ground a lot.
Mhm.
And I think they're like they probably have like also there's I'll the companion not like 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 probably looking like a like uh like a I'm trying to think of how a dog looks like a like a hmm, like a like how dog sort of with like a white it's like brown and then like with like uh I guess I'm not describing this very well, but
You're all good.
I haven't I don't have a name and I've currently just been describing my dog in real life. But
I mean, what better hunting companion than your
Right.
own dog?
yes. I'm not going to do them the same name though.
Mhm. Let us know when you have a name. Um, and yeah, and the four of you. Oh, sorry. Was there more?
Heard a leaving the call sound.
We may
Right.
have lost the captioning bot.
No, the captioning bot. Um, is it still up on the stream? Doesn't look like it.
It will come back. We'll
Okay.
just have to wait.
Should we hold or should we press forward?
I think we should be good with going.
Okay. Okay. What were we? Yes, as you are all heading out, we have our town name. As you are all heading out, we see one of the kids affixing. There's a big sign on the front of the settlement that is like chopped off, very very Novak style. Um, that just says burrow, and one of the kids is putting up their own sign that says dog. So right now it's called Dogborough. Um,
Seems fitting.
extremely fitting. Could change, but for now, this is Dogborough. And that was a $4.20 or £4.20. Is it still cents for pounds?
Pen?
Yes.
For $4 for sorry, £4.20 donation from Anonymous. Thank you very much. The all right. So the four of you, eight of you, kind of, sort of, are heading off to the Witch's Forest. It is very. That's not the thing I wanted. It is. I'm gonna move us over. Let me know if this fucks with everything. Awesome. You guys can see. Everyone can see the new thing.
Yep.
Yippee!
Might be missing Lesser Evil's icon.
Yes, I did not have
No.
Lesser Evil's icon in my little thing yet. Boop. There you go. And as you walk through this forest, you come across this big path in the middle. It was once a asphalt road that ran through this wood. In fact, there's probably a lot of other stuff underneath the gnarled trees. But for now, this is all you can see. The Witch's Forest is chock-a-block full of like how do I describe this? I'm imagining like the most gnarly tree you've ever seen. Like gnarly, not in like the like radical gnarly, but like literally
Dang.
gnarled. Um, and I mean, it could also be some of these trees are kind of fucking sick. Um, they're growing in very strange ways that normal trees do not grow in. It's very difficult to walk your way through this forest until you come into clearings like this. And there's always like horrible low noises coming from like the animals that live here that are very scary because some of the animals that live here are not nice. There's also this like wispy fog that permeates the whole place. And the four of you come across this path, and there is a you guys have all seen this path before. It's a very important through line. Right down the center of it is like it's like someone drove a plow directly through the middle of this road. You guys can tell where it's going and you start following it. And eventually you guys catch sight of the monster. I'm I need everyone to be really nice about my drawing. I'm really putting myself out there, but I did druid it.
Hey, this
Sorry.
is good.
Yeah, this is you can see it off in the distance. It is I don't know that there is like a standardized naming convention, but I think it's the kind of monster that maybe not you guys, but other hunters have fought against before and have been like, oh yeah, that. We call that a pylogator. It's a weird name until you realize that there is a giant pylon, like an electricity tower sticking out of its back. And as you can see, is like piercing through all the way through it and dragging out in the middle. This thing normally lives in the water. You guys are pretty close to the water, but it's on land right now, which is a problem. That's not where it's supposed to go. And you can see it eating out of a tipped over cart, the remains of its previous kill. I guess you'd call it a kill.
Sorry to instantly potentially force a retcon. The ability of my companion Dorito is when we
Oh,
first
shit.
encounter a monster, I can roll a die, and if the result of the die is even, the monster is asleep when we first find it.
Hell yeah, give me that roll.
Okay.
I don't have Owlbear Rodeo has like a rolling thing. I could not figure out how to get it to work, and it was clogging up the screen, so I deleted it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just do it in the Discord then, and then just say what the result is.
Sure thing.
That is a 5, which is not an even number.
Yeah, so
No retcon is necessary.
it is sitting here eating out of this container. How do you all approach? What's the play here?
Before we go and do our monster hunting thing, kind of speaking in a slightly hushed tone, do we know that this is the same monster that made a mess of the trading cart and the other people? It usually sticks towards the water, so something might have gone wrong if it's gone onto land instead. is there any way we could just try and like steer it off in the direction where it heads back to the water? And we can maybe find out what the problem is.
Isn't that the card we're looking for?
It turns
That's another reason to
around.
scare it off, I guess.
Mhm. It turns around and you see that it's like on its like snout thing. For a little more description of this, because it's a black and white drawing that I made a long time ago. This is a giant like white-ish with white-ish alligator thing with a very long neck. Its neck is prehensile and can move around. For those of you who know Monster Hunter, think about the Lagiacrus here, except it has this giant pylon sticking through it, and its back is covered in these like little like I guess transformers, for lack of a better word, that are like gently humming and crackling with electricity. And it like turns around, it's like thinks it hears something, and you see like on its face like the flag, like it was eating through this and it's eating through the flag of the other village.
Never
This is
mind. New plan. We'd kill it. Diplomacy is dead, and so will this thing be.
I mean, like, we don't know if it like destroyed the card. Might as well be a scavenger, right? But I guess we won't find out until we at least drive it off.
So question that's on Pete's mind. Is this also is this a road that we made that like tore up the trees and stuff around here, or did this thing tear up all the trees and stuff around here?
No. So this is the trees have grown over. I'm imagining like at some point this was like a big like freeway and like strip mall zone. It has completely been grown over by trees. But the trees never managed to quite grow over all the way into the very middle of what I imagine was like a 6-car highway. And so there was like a little strip of asphalt. The bottom part of the pylon has scraped through the ground and completely torn up the last bit of road. That was like actually usable. So this is old road. But
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pete doesn't need to have righteous indignation that this creature would have torn up all this beautiful forest.
no.
Yeah. Okay, good.
How do you guys approach? What's the plan?
I can throw one of you close to the creature if you'd like.
That works for me. I work best up close. We also have someone who has a bow gun. So do you want to see if you can set up like a simultaneous thing of like getting some people close while like it's starting the attack from a distance?
I think Pete just nods approvingly.
I could shoot a mine at it, but then I have to get close for it, and then you can hit it.
I have like the spell that can move really quick.
Say it again.
I can get close quick.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, like an ambush.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're looking for ambush tactics here. Quick check. So the game has more nebulous movement and like range option of like close if you're in the same space or adjacent to the monster, near if you're one away, and then like a little farther as we go on. Is each square considered like?
No. The
Okay.
squares are too small. Normally this game would be played with like playing cards denoting range. And you guys being like I've done it with quarters on the playing cards. Each like Lagiacrus width, or not Lagiacrus. This is the Pyligator. Each Pyligator width away is a range band. So let me see if I have that's fog. Measure. Yeah, like it's 30 feet across. So each There you go. That is so far. Turns
It
out
is so far.
when you make things diagonal, let's say like 10 feet by this thing's metric, like 20 feet from its center, you're close. Like 30 feet? 35? That's reach-ish. Maybe like 25 to 30. That's reach. You guys are at far right now.
Okay.
I'm hitting you with my beam attack. I love
Oh.
doing the measurement thing in this game.
Don't hit us with your beam.
Hold on.
So I would need to wait then before I could throw someone up. We'd have to do that more at close range.
Is this just a classic? Everyone gets together and huddles really close and then jumps out all at once.
I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
All right.
The only thing I might want to try and do before we go do to that, this is the Witch's Forest. Can I try and commune with the forest and see if I can reach out to the witch that maybe lives here and see if I can bequeath some help?
I like the idea of you doing that. Can you just give me a flat? Just give me a flat D6 for that.
Okay. That's a 2.
Yeah, okay. You don't hear anything back from the witch, but you probably weren't going to hear anything back anyway.
Mm-hmm. What this looks like in game is probably Priprian going like, okay, with you in 1 second, and like walks 2 feet over, presses like 20 hands up against a tree, says and does nothing for like 30 seconds, and then like lets go and backs. He's like, all right, I'm back.
That tree did look good.
Do you think it's tasty? Should I try? I can't. I don't have a mouth. I don't have a tongue.
wouldn't. It's not the kind of eating tree. But it does look like a nice, fine mahogany.
We don't have enough time to unpack, but I'm so curious how Priprian is talking. But
I have an answer for that, but we don't have to get into it right now.
yeah. There's lulls in between each of the bouts. All right, you guys move in and go for who's let's get a roll here. Who's like leading this surprise attack?
I'm happy to be at the front because I think I'm the hardiest. And I do think that Pete is very much a lead by the front kind of person. You know, like you have to be willing to stand where your feet lead you.
Okay. All right. This sounds to me like a Pierce roll.
I have 1 Pierce.
That means you're going to roll 1 die.
Cool.
The way all
Is it too late to have lesser evil leaders?
Like lesser evil is not the person who is interested in leading. They also have a ranged weapon, and I wouldn't say a coward, because it's still big monster, but also yeah, you go ahead.
All good points. All good points. As a counterpoint, you do have 3 Pierce.
Sure.
But
I
You
do
know
have
what?
that.
We'll follow the fiction where it leads us, and if I get my ass wrecked, then that is just where the tides have drawn us in. I'm gonna roll a physical die if that's okay.
yeah, totally go nuts. I
Okay.
have physical dice myself for when I roll for the monster.
So on my 1d6, I rolled a 1.
So that's really bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Just for the audience at home, so everyone knows how the dice work, it's super simple. 1 and 2, that's a failure. 3 to 4, that's a mixed success. 6 and 5, that's a full success. So this is a failure, and I think what happens here is you run up to the Pylogator, and everyone is like charging. You're all like, hold on, can I select all 4 of you? Yes, I can.
Oh.
You're like, we're gonna charge up to the Pylogator. And as soon as it like hears and sees you guys, it just like how do I describe the motion I'm doing? It like shrugs its shoulders inward, and the transformers on its back crackle, and you see the pylon running through it start to spark. And just like a big field of electrical energy pulses out from it and just knocks everyone back on their ass.
Wolf.
You guys are caught a little off guard by this. I'm going to have everyone take 1 harm. As this attack goes pretty badly. Let's get into we're in a bout. We're dividing time into rounds. Every round, everyone gets a turn. During your turn, you can travel between range bands and make a move. After everyone's acted, I'm gonna roll for the monster, and all the other stuff. So who goes first here? Who's like gets back up off of getting knocked onto their ass first, and takes a crack at the Pyligator?
I think it might be on streets.
Mm-hmm.
They get up and direct use their spear to direct the wasps at the Pyligator it was,
Mm-hmm.
and then drain the juices from it and heal people.
Awesome.
One of the things that I can do.
Yeah, that sounds to me like I think that's like pheromone control, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the ability that
Mhm.
is.
All right. Give me a roll. I think that this is a um hmm. I think that this is Pierce. This is precision. You're trying to all right, guys, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do it quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's roll
Mhm.
then.
I'm gonna-
That's a 4.
All right. That's a mixed success. I think that you're able to get them latched on to the Pyligator, and the Pyligator is not thrilled about this. Is pretty peeved off about all of these guys. I don't. Oh, does that move do damage? Hold on.
I don't think it does unless
Yeah.
the ability I have that when I hit a target I inflict +1 harm applies here.
I think I would have that count here. I'm gonna
Okay.
say your 7 and 9 consequence though is that it's not damaging. It's not damaging the Lagiacrus or the Pyligator, but it is so annoyed by this. I don't have a. I wish I could animate it to just be doing this to be annoyed, but I don't have those skills. And do they heal? So that move, pheromone control, you mark the monster with special pheromones until the end of the bout. Each round, your wasps drain curative juices from the monster, removing 1 harm from yourself or an ally. So I think that doesn't happen now. That happens at the end of the round. Okay. Who is as Sun on Streets has gone up and gotten the Pyligator off balance? Who leaps in next to take advantage of this moment?
I can go. Pripion might be able to slightly quicker to stand up due to not having any legs. It's been more of a flowing motion, like push yourself up all at once.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to I think I'm just going to run in directly towards the Pyligator's chest, where kind of it kind of like the bottom part of that pylon's kind of sticking through a little bit in this picture.
Yeah.
And just gonna go. That looks like probably hurts a lot. Let me see if I can make it worse. And I believe it's my weapon's currently in the scythe mode, and I'm going to spend 1 edge to do the leeching cuts, where if it hits, it inflicts 3 harm and adds 1 to the bleed clock.
Okay.
And I believe when the bleed clock fills up, which is a total of 6 ticks, it takes some extra damage every time it takes damage from like slice moves. And I can double check that.
I will also double check that shortly. But give me your roll. This sounds to me like pretty bog standard getting in there with tough, or crush.
Yeah, crush is like brute force. Slice is like speed and dexterity. Could I say it's slice because I'm running in directly towards its chest and like trying to get in there fast?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right. 2d6 is a 1 and a 5.
Okay, that's a success. You do exactly what you set out to do. That does 3 harm, right?
And when I'm in scythe mode, I deal 1 extra damage when I'm attacking with slice. Therefore, my
Yeah.
ask. So it deals 4
That's-
harm and then +1 to a bleed clock.
4 harm and +1
Uh,
bleed.
I also know that like part of the game is you can like target specific parts of the monster to like deal like additional damage, have extra things happen. So this is targeting the chest and the pylon there, if that is one of the body parts in question.
It sure is. Sorry, I'm setting up. I was trying to track this all digitally, and I realized how much of a pain in the ass it was. So I'm trying to really quickly on the fly, just have like a little piece of paper that I'm taking notes on, or like damage notes.
Mhm.
So give me a moment to set that up. Um,
I also found the information on bleed, so I'm just going to stick that in the Discord chat real quick as reference.
sure. Could you read it out for the class?
Sure. So, like I said, a clock can have different effects. A clock usually has 6 ticks. Some of the options are like fire, ice, snooze. Bleed in question, when the clock is full, the effect will stick around until the end of the bout, so until like the monster leaves, if they leave. And all damage from slice attacks is increased by 1.
Okay. All right. As Priprion gets up in there and slices at this pylon, I think it like just like staggers back and lets out this like horrible roar. The Pylogator, I think it sounds like kind of like original Godzilla. Like it is this just horrible like I don't have a better word to describe it than like tearing noise.
Sounds like, I mean, to me that's sounded like metal bending in a way that it shouldn't. Godzilla voice.
Yeah. That is absolutely, yeah. And I think that there is that like extra metallic aspect. You can see on the inside of its mouth that its like whole situation is like there's a bunch of metal on the inside of the monster.
In a way, like that's how it's supposed to be, or in a way where it's like eating
Mm-mm.
something bad.
No, no. You have to imagine that way back in the before times, this thing just existed in the ocean, just lived a life. Whatever life it lived did not involve having metal inside of its mouth, but the life that it lives now that it's a Pylogator does involve metal.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who steps in next?
I'll jump in next. Does it? I'm trying to think about like accessible parts of this creature. What can I reach while having like my feet on the ground?
It is so. It is not actually like very tall. I guess it's long and it has this like prehensile neck, and it's like got this big tail. But it's not actually very tall, so you could pretty reasonably reach like, you can get at like the core, like its core. I don't know enough about alligator biology to describe this part. Um, you can get at its legs, you can get at the you and Pripion can get up real close to get at the
Mhm.
pylon. You can get at its like the transformers on its back. Yet its tail, you'd have to like jump to get it at the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I have to jump to hit the pylon, or can I keep my feet on the ground and hit the pylon?
You can keep your feet on the ground. You're gonna be getting in to the danger zone. If
I'll
it's
be in
the
the
two of
danger
you
zone.
crowding around the pylon.
I think that's all right. I want to swing up um, the danger zone. God, that was not good. Danger zone. That was better. I want to get up in there, in the danger zone with. I'm like following up Priprion. I'm coming in and I'm swinging my maul, and I'm actually going to use the move Bone Crunch or Bone Cruncher, excuse me, which this is a one edge move. And you twirl your maul as it slams into the monster, dealing +3 harm. If the struck part is hard, which I'm assuming the pylon would be hard, you deal an additional 2 harm. So that means I would deal 5 harm.
Okay. I'm gonna trust you on that math. I'm bad with simple addition.
Well, I have to
Um,
try and hit. I have to try and hit first, right?
Yep.
All right.
That sounds tough to me, or I keep wanting to call it tough. I don't know why. Crush to me.
Okay. Oh, do I use the move and then roll for it, or do I roll and then use the move? So, like, do I expend the edge either way?
I have I I won't make you spend the edge if you fail,
Okay.
but
Well, it's good I didn't, because that's 2 5s and a 6.
there you
Awesome.
go.
All right.
So you do
Yeah, and I'm
5.
aiming for the spot that just got cut, that I know will be a little bit weaker, and I'm trying to like knock out part of the pylon.
Um, yeah, I think it like it's not a fan of you. Here, I got you. I can.
Yeah.
It's not a fan of you doing this. It like starts trying to like flatten you by just like it normally is like holding the pylon a bit up, but it just starts trying to like flatten you. You're able to dodge out of the way of that pretty easily, um, and it's having a bad time. There's all these little bugs around it, and
I
also
give you about 8 thumbs ups.
there's all these little bugs around it, and also there's like these wasps too. Um, Maka, what is less? I was gonna just say lesser, but
Like
that feels
evil is okay.
what's
What
evil
is
doing.
evil doing? I mean, there's a reason why I picked this name. Because it's so fun. Anyway, what was oh yeah. So kind of like I said, like while all of this was happening, Evil was scrambling on their feet, uh pulling out the gun and trying to aim at the pylons, at the transformers.
Mhm.
Again, while this other stuff was going on, kind of like doing
Lining up
their
the shot.
best attempt at being okay. I have the ranged weapon. I'm cool. I can do this. Looking through the scope that's just I said useless. I don't really know what that means exactly. I think it's like not very helpful in terms of like aligning a shot. I also don't want it to be not what I don't want it to be unhelpful or like hindering.
Yeah.
It's more like a thing you look through, when you build a toy, when you have a toy gun and there's something on there and you think, oh yeah, that's what the adults use, which is bad. Anyway,
Mhm, mhm.
it's late for me. Sorry. Uh,
You're so good. I get it. I
okay,
get the
yeah,
vibe though. It's
yeah,
it's on it because it's supposed to be there, not because you need it.
Yeah, and also because I described it as like a blunderbuss, which I don't think should have a scope. But
Now that's
It
very
could if
funny.
it's a really long blunderbuss. If it's just ridiculously long, then
yeah,
you could have a scope on that
yeah,
technically.
yeah. I mean, the
Like,
gun
any
has
room
like
made for a scope could
Yeah.
just make the actual barrel of the blunderbuss bigger. So really,
Right,
what's
this
the
is
point?
like a near far weapon, isn't it?
yeah. So like it has range. So like again, we can
Not only does it have range, it's useless if you're close.
yeah. So well, you know, use like weird weapons, like use your imagination.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
like
it's
I
cool.
had the thing is I had a different visual image from like a very strange kung fu movie that I watched, but I couldn't find it anymore. Where they had like the most ridiculous gun I ever had, which was like a very cheap prop. But I couldn't find it anymore. So a blunderbuss it is.
Blunderbuss it is.
So I assume this is what was it? I forget the stats. Pierce?
Yeah, this is Pierce to me.
Yeah. And I just use a
Um,
regular shot. Like, do I use because I don't have edge as my special special resource? I have ammo, but I only use that as well for only if I use the special move, right?
I think. Oh, do you only go down with a special move? I
I-
can't. The last
I
time I
s-
played.
That's
I
how I read it,
believe
but
ammo and edge are the exact same thing.
yeah,
They are covered in different ways, but I think that's the only difference.
yeah. So this is how I read it. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I think that let's say for now that it does reduce. Actually, I don't know if Danielle is still in the chat, but I saw Danielle Osterman earlier. But if Danielle Osterman could maybe give us a
I-
quick tip, that would be great. But I think for now, yes, it is going to go down with each shot.
Okay.
If you just do like a regular attack.
Okay. I think like one of the mixed successes might also reduce. I don't know. Like we can just play it with that. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Also apologies if I sometimes have to mute myself. I'm carrying a weird cough with myself, so
Oh no.
like this is like just for the listening audience as well. Um, so that's I roll 3d6 then.
Roll 3d6 and take the
Okay.
highest.
Okay. Okay. Just this is me not knowing the rolls. Did I? Did I? Oh, there it was. Okay, that's a 5.
Awesome. That is a full success. Give me a or sorry, you're not giving me anything. Sorry, I'm like looking through the book because you're right. I don't see anything that says you reduce ammo because in the edge zone it talks about most moves spend edge. Um, huh.
Yeah,
Ammo
I read it.
represents special
Yeah.
coatings and elixirs that augment regular ranged weapons attack. So I guess they don't go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I do have is reload, so
Yeah.
so I guess now I have to do the
Now you have to,
boring
like-
old-timey musket thing.
Okay. Give me a. You don't give me anything, right? You just do harm, as established by your thing, which is one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
You're shooting at these transformers.
This doesn't increase the status clock, right?
No.
Okay, because that's one of the other things that it does.
You can
Oh,
between bouts in the lulls, you can scrounge for stuff to give you status stuff. But just attacking does not.
okay.
All right. You didn't roll a 6. Yes. Okay. So It's the monster's turn now. It's not really the monster's turn. It's the world's turn. Whee! That is a big number. It is going to. Where is my? I have so many goddamn tabs. All right. Oh yeah, you guys are. This is perfect.
Perfect for who?
It just so you guys are like up in the pylon zone. And the rest of you are in this
Pylon
nice
zone.
the pylon zone. And the rest of you are in this nice straight line. And it like pulls back, right? It pulls back the bulk of its body. And the Pyligator just launches itself forward, like pylon, the sticky outy bit of the pylon first. Crunch. And just tries to slam into as many of you as it can. I think it like winds up here, trying to make sure that no one gets like caught underneath the Pyligator. Just slams into as many of you as it can. I think that the two of you in the danger zone are going to take 3 harm. And the I think Sun on Streets, you're going to take 1 less. You're going to take 2. And I think that that I keep wanting to call Lesser Evil Pete, which is wrong. And I don't know why, because Lesser Evil should be in my name like glue. And I think Lesser Evil, you're going to take 1 harm from this. Is it just like... this thing is huge compared to you guys. This thing is like, when it's like got its head up and it's like standing on its legs, it's like a story and a half tall. And it just slams itself into all of you.
I'm going to use an ability of my modular scythe, where once per round I can shift between a scythe and shield modes. So I will shift it into shield mode by like activating the electricity on this thing, and the 2 heads of the scythe are going to start to spin rapidly. And then I'm going to spend 1 edge to leap to a close ally defense, negating all harm. I'm assuming just done to them. So I
Yeah.
managed to deflect this thing from hitting Pete, and I will still take the 3 harm myself.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, and you take the 3 harm as this thing just slams itself into you. And I imagine like I like that description because I think that it goes from like we get the anime like it just pushes you with it. And it would have gone farther, but because you were standing there with this shield, it you hold it back somewhat. All right. Back at the top of the round. Who acts first?
Well, first we need the wasps heal.
Yeah, the wasps heal. Who do you want the wasps to heal?
I think Pete. Well, or actually maybe me, because I don't have a ton of health to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have 6, while everyone
Yeah.
else has. I guess Lesser
10.
also has 6.
Oh yeah, but I guess I think I'm the most hurt.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think like after it like charges, I'm going to like use the spear to like kick off the ground and like hit the top of the pylon on the way up.
Hell yeah. That sounds to me like you're trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And that also sounds. That's what that movie's called. Yes. And that also sounds very slicey.
Yes,
It's very
it does.
fast and agile.
Okay. Okay, I got a 5.
Awesome. That's a full success. Damn, you guys are rolling
Yeah,
really
so
well.
that's 2 harm plus 1 from stingers, so that's 3 harm.
Okay, yeah. You're trying to get it at the pylon, right?
Yes. And I am also airborne now.
Mm-hmm. Twirling in the air above its head. In this like slow motion. Are you being like held aloft by the bugs?
I think like at least a bit, like or like they're or like swarming around me at least.
Okay. I'm into it.
But I think it's
Um,
like mostly like kept aloft by pushing pushing myself off of the monster.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, yeah. I like that. Um, okay. Um, oh, your weapon has the aerial tag as well.
Yes, which
I
means
like
that while I'm still airborne, I deal 2 additional harm with every attack.
that's pretty dope. Um, awesome. All right, who moves next?
I'd love to jump in. Pretty Prion did me a big favor. So I think Pete says, thanks for the hand, friend. And then uh, just
I've got more if you need them.
and then just runs up and I think while this thing's head is kind of like it had to like use its body and shoulders to like push Bripion and like the other people, um and so I think while its head's a little lower to the ground now, um I'm gonna smash into its head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That feels tough to me.
Crush.
Or I keep wanting to call it tough. Why do I keep wanting
It's
to do
Monster of the
that?
Week rearing its ugly head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I think
love
it's
Monster of
also
the Week.
called
It's
tough.
so fun.
It's called that in
Huh?
Apocalypse World too, right?
Yes, I believe in a few other Apocalypse
Yeah.
World games. It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so give me your crush.
Okay. So that's 3 dice. I'm trying to think if I want to make this a bone cruncher or not. Is its head hard? Like, does it have any like spines or scales on its head?
Compared to like the big pylon on its back and like the transformers on its back,
Got it.
it's just got crocodile head, you know?
Cool.
It's just a big albino crocodile thing.
All right, I'll go for the hands next. Someone else said to crush the hands, and that's a good move. But I'm gonna go for the head right now, so I can inflict stun on it. So every headshot that I inflict gives +1 stun. And
Okay.
let's before I do it, let's actually see if I get the hit. That's 6. 2 2s and a 6.
Awesome. You don't have the there's you.
Bang.
Where did repeat? Oh, it got moved forward a bit and started eating you guys.
I
What
knocked
happened
Propion
there?
out of its mouth.
Yeah. Now you're up in its mouth, getting it. I love
Yeah.
playing with. Okay. Someone suggested Owlbear Rodeo. Someone else in the stream. I'm not remembering who at the moment. I'll find that shortly. I love playing with dolls on this map. This is fun to me. This is so much fun to me. Um, but yeah, you get it in its head. Bonk bonk bonk. How much harm does that do?
Um,
Does your edge plus your current edge plus, and you activated a move for it, so
I actually didn't use the move. Oh,
you
should I
did.
have added the move last time? Or should I have added my edge last time?
I believe so. Let me check. It depends. Some of the moves are like you just deal this much harm, and some of the moves are +3, right? So if you look at
Yeah,
your
Bone
sheet,
Cruncher is a plus.
yes, Bone Crusher
Yeah.
is +3. So you would have dealt 6, not 3. I'll just add that
Well,
on.
Bone Cruncher actually dealt 5 because I hit the pylon last time. So that would have been 5 plus, and then my edge after using that was 3.
The
So that would have
bottom
been
part of the
8.
pylon is not hard, actually.
Ah,
So,
okay.
but if you hit it on the top part, like that part's hard,
Gotcha.
not the bottom part.
Gotcha. All
Um,
right.
that would have done an additional 3. So let me just let me just do some
Yeah.
quick math.
This time I'm just doing an attack. I'm not doing an edge attack. So this is just 3.
Okay.
And then
Cool, cool,
there's the
cool.
stun as well from a headshot.
Okay. Yes. I have my little tally marks on my page.
Cool.
Doot. Doot. What's 9 plus 3? That is
12.
12. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Who moves next?
I can go next. Do a bit of a combo move here. As Pete is coming to like whack this pilot gator on the head. Can I like be like climbing up the neck with like some of my hands while holding this scythe to like also attack the head?
Absolutely.
Great.
Um,
Then yeah, I'm just like racing up there trying to like hit at the same time as Pete, so that Pete's attack will actually smash his head down into the scythe, as I'm using the Morphing Blow ability, where I spend 2 more edge, but I switch modes from shield into scythe, and will deal, if this hits, 7 harm and another step on the bleed clock.
hell yeah. Excuse me. Give me that roll.
Right.
This sounds. This. I'm like, yeah. Give me the roll, and then I forget that I'm the one who says it. Been playing too many Forged in the Dark games. I think that this is.
It takes a lot of dexterity to climb up a moving creature with hands.
Let's see. In my mind, this is very Piercy, because you're like it's precision. You're waiting for Pete to hit it into your scythe.
What if it wasn't patience and it's just coincidence?
What if it was just coincidence? I don't know.
You have the final say as GM. Whatever you
I
go
think
with.
that it's very Pierce to me. The action you have described.
I have 0 pierced, so that's going to be a 1.
Okay. That is bad.
Yep.
Um,
Do I get to keep the edge?
I'm nice. I'll let you keep the edge right now. And I think that the scrolling. Why am I scrolling? I made myself a cheat sheet. Why am I scrolling through the book? Why am I doing this to myself?
I believe on a failed attack, the monster
Yeah.
attacks in turn.
Oh yeah. I was just scrolling through like my document to wow, that's a very lucky roll to get twice in a row. In fact, I'm gonna re-roll that because I don't.
No. It's fine. I got this.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use that 2 edge you just barely let me keep to use the hooking blow, where I can avoid an incoming attack, switch to shield mode, and flee to a near instead of being close.
Sure. Yeah, I think that it tries to. I re-rolled it to a different attack, but I like this framing so much more, because it goes in. It goes in to like coil its neck around you and like grab you, and you just like get yourself right out of the way. All right. Can I get a quick or actually no, someone else still has to go, right? Lesser evil
Yeah.
has not gone yet this round.
Yeah, a question with I tried to look up reload, no explanation what this entails, so I assume it's just something where I say, okay, I'm reloading.
It is at the top above the weapons. Let me
Oh
double
yeah,
check.
it just says reload weapon must be reloaded.
Yeah, and not
think-
exactly and so on, but like what I assume is just like, okay, I basically cannot attack or do any of my actions. The question is like, am I allowed to move?
Oh, of course you're allowed. I would, yeah.
Okay.
I like the idea of you like frantically running while like stuffing all of the ammunition into the blunderbuss.
Yeah, it's also breach loading, so I kind of like it's still stuffing, but the other end.
Mhm.
Okay, so where do I want to move? I guess I
You're
can move
using-
again after the next one. I kind of like want to, go to the side, like here, like not in front of it.
Sure, yeah, this is a pretty reach to me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like
and
maybe,
then
like, there.
I'm reloading. And yeah, who knows? Like, I have no idea idea how long these fights last. Like me as a player. Let's see if I get to do something next.
You probably will. It is the monster's turn now. And okay. It's going to Oh no, I didn't upload it as a token. Hold on. I have a second fun Jenna's second fun trick. If
I might have a clarification on reload.
Yes.
Wow.
So Monster Guts devlog has a Q&A at one point,
yeah.
where someone asked how reload tag works, and the response was, "At my table, weapons with reload can run out of ammo on a mixed success." So on a mixed success, you roll a d6, and one of the options is number 3, must spend an action to reload before firing again. So I
Oh,
think that as long as that doesn't happen, you
Oh.
can attack every turn.
Okay, yeah,
that's
I like that.
That's okay. So can we?
Yeah, totally. Give me what do you want to do instead of or in addition to moving.
Okay. Wow, the cough is bad. A bit. Anyway,
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I'm mostly frustrated with it. Okay. What was it? Because I had something I wanted to do. And the thing I wanted to do, I should look at the sheet because it's quicker.
By the way, for the players, I did just put the playbook things off to the right.
Yeah, I saw those.
That's
for
awesome.
ease.
That's even better. Now everything is all on one screen.
Trying to limit my
uh,
tabs.
So the thing is, what I wanted to do next turn was get in close and use scatter shot.
Yeah. Let's say
but
instead of running, you just
Can we
were
do
in close.
slight retcon of like where I don't run? This thing is right in front of me, and I just like blast it with whatever is in there.
Hell
I think
yeah.
I think you have to get up away because you can't. Like, if you're close, then the bowgun just isn't useful.
But the
Scatter shot
move
has
scatter
close.
shot is
Oh yeah,
active.
shatter. Yeah, right. I completely did not see that.
Yeah, no worries.
You are right.
Like, yeah, it's kind of strange because like of the abilities, 2 of them are close, even though the weapon isn't. But I guess that's like the thing because now you kind of have to like go and take risk. But
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like a PS.
No, it's honestly to me it sounds kind of tough. Just
Yeah,
standing.
and
You're
that's a
saying tough.
and that's a
Rush!
problem.
Sounds crushing. What's your
You
crush?
do sound very crushed right now.
Yeah, crush is kind of like a 0.
Ooh, that's small. That's a small number.
Yeah.
0 is the standard Force in the Dark thing. Roll 2 dice, take whichever one's lower.
Oh, I mean, it's still 2 dice, so
It feels better to roll that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a consolation prize.
Let's see. Well, that's a 2. Almost. First I
always
saw a
really-
6, then I saw the 4, then I saw the 2.
All right. I think
That is always really disheartening when you when you roll good for the first one and then the second one is not that good.
it's bad. This works. You go to shoot it and it's just like completely not phased. It doesn't even care.
Can I make another suggestion?
Yeah.
I forgot to load stuff into the breach loader. So it's like You can't just fictionally say I forgot to reload the gun, even though it wasn't in the game.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like that
trying to
mental.
do
I
the
like
cool
that-
thing and just like click.
click, 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 and it's like, it's not even looking at you. It is going to shoot. Oh god, it's so big.
It shoots everything. We all die.
It shoots everything. Everyone is dead
This pilotless
Itself-
pilot gator came
yeah.
in with a nuke attached.
with a nuke attached. Where does it put this? It like, I think this comes out of its mouth. It's like a big glob of like bile and mucus, and it's like crackling. Don't actually, I like it being here. Don't touch it. Be careful. Watch out. Don't get knocked into it. And
I'm very
then
close to touching it.
you're very close to touching
It's right next to me.
It's like right next to you. And then on its, oh no, I'm gonna do this and it's going to be fucking massive. Hold on, let me
You
just
use
copy this.
yeet on that? To
Sorry,
throw
say it again?
back?
Technically, I can only use yeet on allies.
What
So
does this do?
if we befriend this blob of goo, then I can.
It looks
then
very
I can
friendly
make it
to
work.
me. I think it would be amenable.
Listen, if anything looks friendly to me, it's people made of hands and blobs of goo.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
That's
the
what friendly
phrase
means.
the phrase shaped like a friend usually refers to blob shaped things and entities. So
Yeah.
Especially ones that are actively sparking.
Mm-hmm. And it also puts down a second one over here. All right. With these little hazards in the way, who's up next? Back at the top of the order.
Do we get the healing
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah,
Vespin
healing.
Spear?
Oh yes, I'll. We don't have a shared thing for tracking health, do we?
The Google
We
Sheet.
have
I've been
the
adding mine to
spreadsheet.
Google Sheet.
Oh, I just forgot about that.
I assumed you had your own thing because you don't the.
Yeah, I
Yours
forgot
in.
about that, and
Yeah, you're all good.
but okay, now I can get it on a sheet
Mm-hmm.
there.
Um,
Okay, so yeah, I think I still have the least health, so I'm just gonna heal myself again.
How much are you at?
I'm now at 4 after that.
Okay, yeah. You and Lesser are currently tied at 4 health. All right, now we're back to the top of the round.
There's something going on that the me and Pre are much more tanky and have much more health.
Yeah.
We
The
should
Pilogator
rectify
is
that.
mad, by the way.
Look at it go!
What'd you say?
Look at it go!
Look at it go! Rawr, rawr. It is thrashing all about. It's trying to like bait you into going into these blobs. What do you guys do?
Can I do something stupid?
Of course, always. That's the
Great.
best thing.
So this is my term as a player to prove that nothing my character can do can ever be considered patient or thoughtful or requiring precision. So Pripyan looks this like glob of like electricity and it's like, ooh, this like it's made of electricity and like sparks and stuff. My weapon uses electricity and sparks and stuff. I bet if I combine these two things, it'll like power up my weapon. And I'm gonna stick the pole of my like scythe, which I think is currently in shield mode, so it's currently spinning and like active, into this blob of electricity, and see if I can use this to do the action where I sharpen it to replenish edge.
I mean, this is cool as fuck. Give me a slice roll.
Okay.
I've never heard of a cooler thing.
That is a double failure on 2d6.
Oh no!
No, my hubris.
I
Oh.
love those moments when someone's like, "Yeah,
Oh,
if you
that's a-
touch this, you're gonna get electrocuted," and then someone's like, "But what if I touch it? But different."
That's a bingo, I think, right? That's one of the
That is a
bingo
bingo.
things. Someone
With
fails
a-
at a bad time. Okay. So, here's what happens. Here's what these little blobbies do. It is going to attack. As soon as you touch it, it's like you've set off a mine. Everyone that's touching except the Lagiacris, the Pyligator, is gonna take hold on, let me double check how much harm that is. I think that's 1. Do. Yep, it is. Everyone is gonna take 1 harm, but it's going to be shocking harm. I think that's what it's called. Let me double check. Might
I
not be-
will say that one of our number is currently in the air. Does that affect things?
No, because it's only between it electrifies the area between the 2 blobs.
Oh, okay, so like a box,
It's like a box.
or like, because
But like
it
they're
looks like
both on
something
the
like-
ground, aren't they?
Yeah, both of you are on the ground.
No,
Well,
I'm
both of
I'm
the
not
blobs
on
are
the ground.
Yeah, the blobs are on the ground. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm outside of the area anyway.
Shock. Okay.
Yes.
So when you get shocked, you get stunned. Stun prevents. Hold on, let me double check really quickly. Monsters, scavengers, and beast clocks only have 1 count. If they get hit with a status condition, they suffer from it until it's cured. When you get shock, you get +2 stun clock. So let's go down to stun. When you get stunned, if you are prevented from taking any actions until your next turn.
My
Um,
version says prevents the monster from taking the actions until the next turn. So since
I
4 of us were stunned, the monster can't move for the next 4 turns.
Not gonna. No, I don't think so.
Is this a moment where I could use Yeet to hurl an ally from close to near?
Absolutely. I think that lesser
Oh.
evil is probably
Like-
the only one in range because
Yeah, like,
Kirby
I
also
just
broke-
realized that technically Yeet is from close to near and not from near to close. Can I use
Oh.
it from near to close in this instance?
like you don't like if it's for me, you don't have to. I can just have my cat kick me away, like with
okay.
assistance. Because I
Alright.
think this applies here, right?
Oh yeah.
Also, range terms are relative. So in this case, close to near is close to you, the character,
Oh.
to near to the character. Not it doesn't always revolve around the monster.
Got it. Okay.
I love how I went first and decided to just make things worse for everybody.
Yeah.
No, you just made it more interesting. You didn't make it worse, you made it more interesting.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're making everything worse for everyone around us.
Yeah.
That's the kind
Alright.
of support I need.
So lesser evil. How does your cat friend their name was Dropkick? How does Dropkick help you?
I mean,
gotta
it's in the
guess.
name, right? Like, it's just like
course.
Lesser even doesn't even notice that something is wrong, and then suddenly they're like, I think I picked the thing where I'm where I'm prone. But it's not a tackle; it's actually being kicked in the like I guess in terms of like map situation, like somewhere in the front, which is weird, but I still don't see it coming. So I guess like somewhere in I cannot ping here, right? Like
I
more
think
like in this
If
direction.
you right click, you can do this.
Oh yeah, like more like here in this.
Totally. Like jumps out from like behind one of the gnarled trees and just kicks you over here.
Yeah, it was just like
Um,
looking at some mushrooms or something, and then realized, wait a second, something bad's happening.
Mhm.
My investment is at risk.
No, my
Oh.
investment.
I do think that with how companions work, you have to do it in order. So like the
Yes.
first time it happens, there's
Oh.
nothing bad. Second time you get
Oh.
knocked prone. Third time
I
bad.
thought I can choose. Yeah, okay, then let's just do it this way.
It would be fun if that was the case, but also the last option is your companion is no longer in the hunt, and if you choose that option first,
I mean, it's
I like the idea. It would be fun if it was like a cool, like a rollable table, and it's like, fuck, my little guy has to go now.
I feel always give the players the option to just make things worse for them.
That's so true.
considering
But
recent
also-
events, I cannot argue with that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No need to save me.
Yeah. Dropkick comes and drop kicks you. All right. Speaking of you, what is Lesser Evil doing with this like big barrier of like crackling electricity showing up?
The problem with most of my special moves is that like a lot of them read like area attacks, and everyone is very, close.
Close.
So I guess one thing that I do, since I haven't been knocked prone, is to now kind of go over here a bit to the side.
Mhm.
And then I guess I just do another regular shot. Like doing a bit of a better job of like aiming and being more patient.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a pierce roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 3d6. Okay, that's a 5.
Okay. That is a full success. So you deal one
Like-
harm. Where are you aiming at?
I think like I'm going back to the like what the transformer on the back.
Okay. It like you fire a couple shots, right? And like the first one or two like plink off the transformers, and then the third one like sinks its way in. And finds purchase. All right. Next, let's have I'm having fun calling on people. So let's have Sun on Streets go next.
Okay. I think that Sun on Streets is going to use it aerial rodeo
Yeah.
to dance above the monster, dealing 5 harm. +2 from aerial, +1 from stingers.
Fucking hell yeah.
Up to 8 total.
Give me a. I think this is like there's no way to be in the air dancing above a monster without it being slice.
Yeah, seems like that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, it's described as a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Give
that's
me 3d6.
5. Okay, that's 5. That's a 5, so that's a success. I think I'll
Alright.
also use one more. You use 1 edge to stay airborne, so I'm using 2 edge total.
Okay. That will be okay. So that's 8 harm, right? And
Yeah.
well, you got a 5, yes?
Yes, 5.
Where are you getting it at?
Oh, I was like the top of the pylon.
Oh, perfect. What is 9 plus 8? That is 17. It's not jazzed about this. It's like trying to like it's assuming you're going to hit it and fall to the ground, and it tries to like thrash its arms to where you're attacking, where it thinks you'll fall, and you never do. And so let's see what Pete does here.
So as it comes back down after the fall, I am waiting for it to land, and then I just uppercut so that its head goes down like almost like I'm whiplashing it. Like I'm giving it whiplash. As
Sure.
it like its head goes down and its body keeps falling, but its head's like bending backwards a little bit. And I think I'll bone cruncher this. Even though it's not a hard
Okay.
part, I think I'm gonna bone cruncher this just for the extra damage. So that brings me down to 2 edge.
Mhm.
But I think that's 5 damage
Oh,
total then.
Um. Yeah. Sorry. How much edge were you at?
I had 3 and I just went down to 2 because I rolled a 5. I should have said I rolled a 5.
3. Shouldn't you be at 1?
No, I didn't use any edge for the last attack.
Oh. Are you? Let me double check something. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to spend the edge when just anytime you attack, you spend an edge.
Not true.
Uh.
One of my attacks just says 0.
No. Yes.
Not
Yes.
that I
Yes.
remember. Special moves I know cost it, but I didn't.
Special moves
think-
cost it. It's a 7 to not a 7 to 9. It's a 3 to 4 effect.
Oh, got
yes.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Cool. So give me how much harm is that? That's 5.
So that's 2 edge plus 3 harm. So that's 5.
All right.
Assuming I'm hitting it on the bottom of its mouth,
Yeah.
because I'm hitting its mouth specifically, do its teeth count as a hard part?
No.
Okay. But
Hard
you said
part
there's
is
metal in there. Wait, you said there was metal in there.
There is metal in there. Hard part is a specific piece of
Okay.
verbiage. I appreciate the hustle.
I have to
appreciate
hustle.
the hustle.
I have to do the hustle. And I think it kind of looks like I think it like looks a lot stiffer than this because Pete does not golf, but it does look like a golf swing. Like
Yeah.
just truly like batting the head up. So yeah.
Okay. Give me no one gives me anything. I have to give me the tempo change. And I have to increase this die by it's a 2. Oh, something happens on a 2. I get to do something fun, I think. Nope. Okay.
Were you rolling for tone? Or not tone,
Or
what's it
the
called?
tempo?
Tempo.
Yes.
Ah.
And I got a 2, and I thought that the 2 was complication, but a 2 is monster 2 to 5. It's monster attacks, which makes the most sense. That's what it's known for. I think the electricity has dissipated by this point between the 2 globules. The globules are still there, but the electricity has dissipated. It is going to move up to you.
Oh no.
And it's just going to try to like it's sort of serpent-like, right? Other than the arms. And it's just going to try to wrap you up. And just hold you very tightly. And it's going to deal 3 harm to you.
That's fine. That puts me down to 6. That's not even half.
It's not even half. Some people start
That's
with
not even
6.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's so I guess the first thing that happens here.
We need to remember pheromones.
Yes, pheromones. Who
Uh,
gets
uh, who I guess. Uh, uh, who's low? Uh, I can heal up Priprian.
I think Lesser Evil's
Or
lower right now.
Lesser Evil? How much does
Yeah,
Lesser Evil have?
I'm
Lesser
safe.
Okay,
Don't
yeah, Lesser Evil. I'll
No.
deal Lesser Evil.
don't worry about me. Like someone
You
else
two
is
both have
being eaten.
4.
Yeah.
Someone is almost lunch.
I suppose. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I'll heal up Pete. I guess. Then.
Okay.
I won't say no.
Pete gets 1 HP back. Boop. Okay. The first thing that happens in the round is that Pripyat, you're still stunned. And you have lost your turn here.
I do want to check something again. It might be slightly rules finagling. It does say that on stun that the monster loses all actions until its next turn, not that it loses its next turn. So I couldn't have like one interpretation is that I couldn't have done anything to like interrupt the monster's move or like block an attack like I did before, but my actual turn I still get to have. Is is that how you interpret it? If it's just I lose my turn, I'm fine with that.
An interesting philosophical debate. I'm not sure. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip a coin. And if it's heads, you're Gucci. And if it's not heads, you're not Gucci.
Gotcha.
But it is heads. So you're fine. You're able to shake it off. What do you do?
Can I move so that so that I'm close with Pete?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Kind of there. All right. Yeah. Seems like a rough situation. I would like to be very close there, and then I will
Pete, whomst is wrapped it up.
big ol' hug. I will once again try and sharpen to regain my edge, and thinking of a way to do that that isn't stabbing my weapon into a globule of lightning, but is also stupid in a way that does not in any way indicate piercing. Can I like stop the fan from going temporarily, and then use some of the like claws of this monster's like toe like talon things to sharpen the blade?
Yeah, that's really cool. I'll give you that. That's really cool. Give me a dex. Is it tough? It's kind of fucking metal. I keep saying tough. I mean crush every time.
I'm good with crush.
Yeah, crush. I think this is crush.
All right, that's a 5.
Okay, yeah. You're able to quickly, slice the little slicey bits and like sharpen your scythe along its toes. And it's really
My
cool.
creativity is born from desperation and bad rolls.
Awesome. All right, who wants to go next? I can call on people. I do enjoy.
I'm down to jump in. I'll take the ability away from you to call on me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just to make you feel worse, so you don't do that.
Here's the thing. I was going to call on you anyway. Ho, 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 ho.
I guess you're the true villain at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to. Let's think about this here. Am I still like kind of wrapped up in this thing's neck, or did it let go of me at this point?
No, it's holding you.
All right. Well then, let me think about this. I would like to. Do I have enough like of my arm loose to swing my maul, to swing my little wooden club, or no?
Of course.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna take full advantage of this and just keep walloping it in the head. If it's gonna keep me near its head, I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, and this is just a straight up attack. So this isn't a bone cruncher. It's just a standard hit.
Okie dokie. Give me a. This is probably crush.
That is a 6, a 1, and a 3. So that's a 6.
Awesome. And you're trying to hit it in the head.
Yep. So
Um.
third tick to the stun clock.
And how much harm are you doing?
It's just edge. Do I add anything to the edge, or is it just edge?
Just edge.
Only if you
Alright,
add
then
something
let's-
that says you add damage to stuff,
Right.
or if you
I-
like have something, or if one of your weapons tags includes a damage number.
Good. Okay. Well, mine do not, so it's just 2 damage then. Maybe I will make this a bone cruncher just to deal the damage. I guess the difference between 2 and 4. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll make this a bone cruncher as well. So then it'll be 4 damage.
Successful
Okey-doke.
Sharpen also regains all of your edge, so the less edge you have when you use it, kind of like the more efficient it feels.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, it'll come back, you know?
It'll come back. Yeah, you smack it on the head, and it is kind of regretting doing this to you. But also, you can I was about to say you can smell monster saliva. I don't know that you can. I don't know what that even smells like. But it's looking a little hungry.
All right.
Next, who between
I can-
the go ahead.
I can go again.
Yeah.
I think they're like kicking up off of up off of the off of the top of the pylon again, just like trying to keep at it. Yeah, that pylon.
Yeah. Give me a roll. I think this is still slicing. I think you're
Yeah.
still slicing and dicing.
Yep. Okay, so that's 5.
Awesome.
Alright, so that's 2 damage from Kip Up, plus 2 from Aerial, plus 2 from plus 1 from Stinger, so that's 5.
Okie dokie. Let me do 5, and you're getting it in the pylon. That's a silly sounding sentence. Okay. It is. What happens here? Who's at the bottom? Pripriyan? Yes.
Have we
You're
had
doing
Lesser
this.
Evil go yet?
No.
No, but don't
Okay.
don't worry. We're still in the round. You've been doing all of these attacks on the pylon, and it's been loosened at the bottom and it's been struck at the top, and it's Pripriyan can see. It's actually very, very lucky here, as it's sort of wrapped around Pete, that Pete does not get sliced in half. As the bottom of the pylon just like slides out of the front by like an extra foot. And it bellows and roars. It does not like this. It is not happy that this has happened to it. You have broken the pylon, which will make certain attacks much less effective.
Woo!
Lesser evil. What do you do?
So remind me how status clocks work Is this like something where you have to like keep repeat like hitting the same thing a few times, or like
Yeah. So
Okay.
like let's say you were where's the thing? Between bouts, you can scrounge for stuff. Some of these are will inflict status clock.
Yeah, the
Right.
thing is, I have or like like I have two moves that give +1 stun clock under certain conditions,
Yeah. So
but they don't do anything on their own.
yeah, the stun clock will, when it fills up, stun happens.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Because I feel like this is like okay, me doing okay 1 harm. Awesome. Um,
Stun clock is really good though, and because you're
Yeah.
doing double,
yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm doing double. Huh?
Because you get your chemical warfare adds +1, right? So you would do with like
Oh.
sticky shots, you would do the +1, and then you do an additional +1, so you do 2, which is
Yeah.
double
but-
what everyone else is doing.
And that's just and that was the question. And like for example, if I were to do like I don't know, like the mines. For example, mines is like attacks to a mind part deal 3 extra harm. If stun clock is only if a monster moves past the mine, so that wouldn't be that. But like, let's just assume that would happen. That +1 stun clock, they would get a tick on their own stun status thing or whatever, and when that would be full, they would get stunned.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in theory, I could inflict stun on them.
Absolutely.
Okay, just trying to understand the character that I have. Good. Next question. I'm so sorry. What are headshots? Is it just okay? I attack the head.
Yeah. Whenever you get it in the head.
Okay,
When you
that's
get
not
a
like a
5 or a 6.
critical or whatever.
No. When you get a 5 or a 6, you get to choose what part of the monster you attack. Otherwise, you just hit like a generic part.
Mm.
Whatever the biggest part of the monster is. So on a 5 or 6, you could say I'm hitting it in the head, and then you'll
Okay.
deal your damage to the head. It'll be a headshot.
Has the caption bot gone again?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
no.
Oh, it's back.
oh, it's back. Wow, so
Yippee.
fast. The problem, however, is with sticky shot, where cool ideal like sticky shot is like near sticky grenade deals 3 harm to foe and adjacent targets at the start of the next round, which would be after my action, more or less.
Yep.
And there are currently 2 friends right next to the monster.
Yeah.
If you want to
Maybe-
have used like start next round, so the first person that goes, you could use that, and people can like attack and then back away.
Yeah. So I guess I move like a step closer in somewhere and then just do do the normal shoot. But maybe like yelling, like get away from it. I'm trying to do something.
Okay.
Is this
Okay.
like still PS? Yeah.
I'll give you Pierce on this.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, that's nothing.
Oh no.
I mean 3 is
It's mixed.
okay. Okay.
On a 3 or 4, I'm going to say that. Let me go over to my little cheat sheet so I can look at the thing. I'm going to say that. You are going to. Are you still at full ammo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I think it is just going to like. You go to shoot it, and you've stepped just a little too close to this thing. And it just like with like a strange noise just like pops it. And it's not close enough to hurt you, but you get like knocked onto your ass. As the little globule explodes. So you're gonna be knocked prone. Like,
Okay. Okay.
And how much harm do you do?
1.
Okay. All right. Tempo change. Ah, shit. Rolled my die off the. Ooh. Ooh, everything is lined up perfectly for me. Okay. So. The Pyligator is not having a good time. Feeling very attacked right now. Pyligator just starts lets go of Pete and starts like slithering away. And it's way faster than you guys. And or actually no. No. I have a better idea. It's still holding on to Pete. It is doing, it's doing its Pyligator stuff. When how would this what would a witch do? I think that you see
The one thing we know is the witch would turn someone into a dog.
you see this world has ghosts in it. We're full of ghosts. And you see a car, the ghost of a car, streaking down this road, 80 miles an hour, faster than anything you've ever seen in your life. And it spooks the Pyligator. The Pyligator lets go, and starts running away from the ghost of this car, and disappears before any of you can get up to it.
Oh, okay. So I can't react by using the my companion's trap.
What is your
The
what is that?
the Doge that has the that the tool was a trap that locks the monster in place until the next round.
I think that those have to be like on your turn, right?
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
assists
know.
when you use an item. Yes.
Okay.
Very good to know for the future. Good for setting up traps. All right. Let's as all of this happens, you see the witch step out of the bushes towards you. And she is a very old woman, and she's like, "Hello? What are you
You
kids
heard!
doing in my forest?" And let's take a little 10-minute break as the witch shows up.
Witch.
Witch. All right. Yeah, we'll take a quick 10. We'll be back at how does whatever hour it is for you, 25. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Sounds
Okay.
good. See you soon.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Let's do it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond it is the fifth anniversary live stream. We are raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. If you could donate, that would be incredible. We got earlier, I think I missed it. We got a $25 donation from Cuddly Clover. Hi, Clover. Thank you all so much for your donations. Every little bit helps. So much. And we are keeping track, and we'll read out your donations when they come. Let's get back though. Oh, also, hold on. Go buy the shirt. The shirt rules. Extra clovers. See, this is what I'm saying. Go check out the shirt. The shirt is great. All proceeds for that go to the National Network of Abortion Funds. And they can use our help too. All right. So, yes, back to monster hunting. There's a witch in this forest. And she sounds like a cranky old woman, and I don't have a token for her. So, I'm just gonna we're no longer in the tokens phase of this game. Goodbye. This witch is like, what are you all doing in my forest?
Apologies, ma'am. We are here looking for a creature that was
We just missed them.
besieging Dogborough.
Yeah, the big fucked up one? The one I just saw it. Come on. Keep up. I just saw it. I was watching you fight this thing, but like, come on, man. Why do you gotta fight stuff in my forest?
Otherwise, it could harm the wonderful trees and other plant life in this area.
Take it to like the racetrack or something, man. Like, you're causing so much problems for me specifically. And she's like a little old lady. She's got her little cane, and she just starts walking up to you. And looks at the four of you and are like, well, are you guys okay? Do you want some tea? No?
I'm going to pull out a like. So the clothes that I wear are just different colored gloves to kind of like roughly approximate clothing based off of like color and shape. I'm going to take one of those and like scoop some of the like electrical goop that was still left on the field from before the tokens were erased, tie up the end of the glove, and then go and like give it to the witch and be like, here you go. Sorry for making mess of things. Tea sounds great. Can you turn me into a dog?
No. Nah. I don't really do dogs anymore. Last person I turned into a dog was like chill about it. So feels like it's like not doing the thing I want. Let's come and get some tea. Come into my hovel.
You love a hovel.
She gestures for the four of you to follow her.
I follow.
Yeah.
Who am I to begrudge a gift from a kind old woman?
And she takes you into the hovel and starts it's I can't get the image out of my head that this is Shrek's house. Y'all know Shrek's house from Shrek?
I'm going to say no.
Is that the one with the big blue man
Not
on the
quite.
horse?
The ox?
Almost. Not quite.
Mhm.
Shrek's it's a house built into gnarled roots. You know, It is very cool looking. I don't have really good words to describe this. I'm not an architecturalist. That can't be what they're called, right?
Architect.
Architect. Jesus Christ.
It worked.
Uh, yeah, I am not an architect. And so it is this sort of small little hovel built into some of these gnarled tree roots. Ooh, was that some coffee?
Some tea.
That was the tea. Oh. Um, hold on. Let's bring it over here so that the audience can see it, because we're currently on the playbooks. Let's.
T.
Okay, hold on. The tea does not want to be moved. There we go. Tea. And she, starts pouring you guys some tea. She starts brewing the tea, and as she's brewing the tea, you all notice that in your mind when you think of a witch, how they're like brewing with like toads and like lizard tails and eye of newt and all of that stuff, right?
Where I have nudist peppercorns.
No, her eye of newt is like SIM cards, is old motherboards. She like takes a flip phone, like an old school flip phone, and like cracks it in half, and dips it into the tea. And the tea appears to just dissolve that half of the flip phone.
This is like a 90s hacking witch. This is great.
Yes.
We love battery acid.
And she says, "All right, come drink up, get yourself some tea." We are in a lull right now. During a lull, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things you guys can do. Everybody gets 2 moves, after which the next bout will begin as you guys move on to the monster. You can sharpen to fully restore your edge. You can assist to use an item or ability on yourself or allies. As a reminder, everyone starts with 1 healing item that I think will heal you for 5. You can scrounge to restore your ammo or to full, or roll a die and see what sort of junk you get in this witch hovel. You can resupply, and none of you have tags on your equipment yet, so resupplying is not useful. You can joke to tell a funny story about another scavenger and restore 2 health to everyone. Or you can give chase and just run off to the next bout, and if you're lucky, the monster's asleep. What would you guys like to do while you have this lull moment?
I would love to sharpen since I used 3 out of the 4 edge that I have.
There you go.
But I think for Pete, it's not like a literal sharpening because this is a blunt weapon.
Yeah.
And it's also made of wood, not metal.
Yeah.
So I think you all see that like Pete just pulls out one of those like wax buffers, like the little like cylindrical ones that spin a ton to like buff out
Oh.
like floors and stuff. And then gives it to Bud to hold, and then just starts to pull a crank on it a ton to like kickstart it basically. And then just starts to buff very loudly this club with this like industrial strength buffer.
I think the witch is deeply annoyed at this, and is like, here. Let me see that. Let me help you.
Would you prefer if I take this outside for?
Oh,
for
no.
noise?
Don't bother doing. That's stupid. You're already in my house. And like pulls a. You know how at like mechanics they'll have like big
Mhm.
cords on ropes attached to the ceiling. Am I thinking of mechanics? Where was the last time I saw this? In certain machinist areas, they'll have like tools on the ceiling, right, that are like draggable. And she just reaches up to the roof with her cane, pulls down a little like USB chip, and like stabs in a little spot for the USB chip to go in on your thing, plugs it in, and it gets much quieter. Now your thing is quiet. Congratulations.
Mm.
What else is everyone doing? Everybody gets 2 moves.
I think that Silent Streets is also going to sharpen that, which in this case, like there is also there is literal sharpening because it's a spear, but there's also like feeding the bees with the wasps.
That rules. I'm sure there's like all sorts of neat stuff
Like-
like in the forest to feed them.
Are the wasps drinking your tea?
Yes, and I also have like a little baggie of pollen.
That's cool.
Okay. What about Pripyan and Lesser Evil?
I could go.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to do a scrounge. Is this me going outside, or am I just like rummaging through that witch's like stuff?
I like the image of you rummaging through the witch's stuff.
Yeah. I think Dropkick helps me, like not fictionally, but like not rules wise, but you know,
But is helping.
like egging me on. But I also do it myself.
Okay.
That's
I can tell a joke then
Yeah.
to
me.
restore everyone to health, and actually had something in mind where Dropkick is helping you rummage through stuff, and I will be excitedly telling the witch a story about a time that that Lesser Evil was like on a date with someone or something with a similar effect, and Dropkick decided they didn't like the other person, and so just dropkicked Lesser Evil like out of the situation.
Drop kicked Lesser Evil when hanging out with someone.
Like, no, they're not cool enough for you. Here, let me help with that. Get horizontally launched.
What a good
And
friend.
the witch
I have to
laughs.
roll, right?
Yes,
Sorry.
you're gonna roll
I
1d6.
I don't want to ruin the mood, but also, you know, loot.
Loot. I mean,
So-
looting is the mood. you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, you can maybe include it. So I have to roll twice, right? One for
Yes. Well, if you
Okay.
get bitter herbs, you don't have to roll again.
Ah.
Or ambrosial honey.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
we'll see
got
what
a
you-
glob. I rolled a 4.
Okay. Which
So another 1d6.
Mhm.
Wow. So excited to get a glob. I rolled a 1. A tree bomb. An explosive pine cone. Throw to inflict 1 harm and +1 metal.
which for you is +2.
Ooh, cool. Like, what's this? Like, since, like, also, you know, I don't want to impose on the witch, but also, you know.
I gotta go with my gut. I think it's just a car battery.
Hmm.
With like a little timer on it. But the timer keeps like it starts at 10 and it counts down to 0, and then it just goes back to 10. Okay. Everyone gets a second action, or you guys could give chase immediately.
Other people can like stick around and do their actions. I think Pripriyan is going to give chase. If the witch is not interested in turning with the dogs at the moment, then can visit later. But it's going to try and like head after the monster before it has too long to get away.
If someone else is also chasing, then Sun on Streets is also going to chase.
Mhm.
if it is just me going, because like I'd already like resupply, I already like sharpened my thing in combat, but like scrounging seems really useful. People need more health. Jokes are still there. It just makes sense for the character to like be like, all right, time to get back to it.
Yeah,
I,
don't
I
worry
don't want to
about
like
it.
push anybody else to like not do a cool lull action.
Oh, I'm scrounging again. Like, you do
Oh, yeah.
you.
Great, great, great.
I think then I'll also scrounge again.
Sure.
Well,
Like,
not again, but
it's
I'll also scrounge.
like,
Well, it's just
okay,
us two
like,
then.
I listen. I don't again. I also don't want to impose on everyone. Like, if everyone else wants to chase, like, feel free to leave me behind. Like, that's
Yeah.
you know.
I like the 2-2 split. I think a 2-2
Yeah.
split is very
Yeah.
fun.
I was
So,
thinking it sounds fun, and additionally, we're in a forest. This character has to see what they can find in terms
this
of plant life.
like is this scrounge more like us to like just like kind of like being left behind as these other two like are just quicker while we get distracted?
I
Oh, I
I
like
fully think I am choosing to stay behind. I think this is an active choice by Pete to be like, I would like to look around here a little bit and see what exactly I can find within this forest. I think it may be useful before we get time to do so again.
Okay. I did a roll again. I rolled a 6, so I got a boost. Wow, I'm so
I only
good.
rolled a 2.
Aw.
which is ambrosial honey consumed. to
No, a
increase your
2 is bitter herbs.
bitter herbs. Bitter herbs is also very good.
What are bitter herbs? I don't know if I actually found that.
You can consume them to restore your health to full.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
got I rolled another 6 and I got the unfortunately named dummy fish.
The hell is a okay?
This awkward hovering fish is so weird the monster's next attack hits it instead of your friends. Okay. What's that?
Is it just like a bush that kind of looks like a person? Because we're in a
Is this-
forest.
Like the question is this something that the witch witch gave me, or is this something that we found while digging
the
around the
idea.
garbage?
I like the idea of it being something the witch gave you. In fact, let's come back to this scene. We'll because you guys are going to come in at the start of the next round for a chase, right? So let's do the first round while you. I think that just to make sure we get it on screen because it's cool as fuck. You guys follow the
We do need
The-
to roll to see if it's sleeping, though, right?
yes, you follow the Pylodile. Sorry. Yes, you follow it into this racetrack. And there are ghost cars just all over the place, driving to and fro. On this track, in the center, not in the center, but off to the side of it. Let me actually move us over. I don't have like a specific map necessarily, but I have a different map. That's this one. Is a little more racetracky. And
Is it cool if I draw like on the top and bottom like an area to kind of like loosely show where the racetrack could be?
yeah, in
Like if
fact,
we're in that, we're like at risk of like ghost cars.
I like. Hold on. I will do this. Don't worry. Don't worry your pretty little head. I will draw the raced track. All right.
While you're doing that, I don't want to leave the witch hut without just like mentioning like how Pripion drinks the tea.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
is like upon being given a cup, will produce a dozen or so hands, and then pour a little bit of the tea into each like cupped palm, and then wait for it to like soak into the skin and like be absorbed, and then repeat.
Okay. Okay. All right. For sure. That's awesome. um, I have so many questions, but I refuse to ask them because it's cooler if I don't. Awesome. As the two of you, hold on. There, that's the path of the racetrack here. Um, and over here is water. Let me draw the water. Is the ocean. The racetrack is next to the ocean. I don't understand how this tool is supposed to work, but there we go. Give me 1d6 to see if it is sleeping.
So, based on the way
because-
it's worded, do we roll twice because two of us were chasing, or just once?
I think that it's supposed to be twice. Because each of you took that action.
Okay, let's see. I got a
We
1.
We need to roll with the luck of Mocha.
Mhm.
I also got a 1.
Awesome. Someone give me...
Someone gave it coffee. Oh no.
Oh no. The pilot aisle is it? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Is it the pilot dial?
The fact that you've called a pilot dial twice at this point and not a pilogator was going to make me ask the question like, is this the same monster or a different one? That's just subtly different.
You just have to look
No,
at
it is the same
the
one.
snout. Like if it's like broad and flat, it's a pilogator.
And if it's
the other thing, it's a pilodile. It could also be a pilan. You know,
we don't really talk about the
Cayman.
Pylans.
Cayman. Cayman? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this in English.
Pylaman.
Yeah.
The ones with the extremely long, narrow snouts.
Yeah.
I am mad that I didn't come up with Pylodile before, because Pylodile is a way better name
Wait.
than Pylogator.
I think this is a debate in the Monster Hunters community, in the whatever we call it in our world.
Yeah. You go to the association and you have your like yearly national conference, and it's like 30 dudes debating on whether it's a Pylodile or a Pylogator. But we'll keep calling it the Pylogator, because that's what we've been calling it. All right. Pylodile is way more.
It does make one to keep going pilodila though, which isn't quite it.
Pylodile. That's cool. All right.
Hold on, writing that down as a character name.
Both of these words refer to the same thing. If I mess up, it's canon. All right. Let's oh, you have your owl friend, right?
That's only the first time we encounter a monster. This is not the first time, so it doesn't happen.
Okay. Let's get this first round in. The Pylogator is mad that you guys are here. What do you do?
I think like trying to get up above it again.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be bigger. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So you're just running up and trying to do a sick kickflip.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a roll. Can you paint me a little bit more of a picture of how you're doing this?
I think there's like maybe like if there's like some like discarded like like how like there are tires like stacked up on the edges of racetracks. I imagine like maybe there are some scattered around and like put and like vaulting off of a stack of one of those.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's very slicey to me.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll. 2, 3, 3. Okay, so that's mixed success.
Okay. Let me. Sorry, I'm putting those sheets over there so I don't forget them. On a mixed success, um, I'm gonna have you lose one edge here. You're digging the point of the spear into these tires, thinking that they're gonna be like solid. But it turns out that just below the tire is asphalt. Um, and you spring off of the asphalt into the air. But it costs you an extra edge.
Okay,
What you're
That's-
doing kip up here?
yes. So 3 total.
Okie dokie. Oh no, I have to get back to writing. Oh fuck. Holy shit. Okay, cool. All right, and Pripriyan, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh no, did my thing cut out? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can hear you?
Okay, cool. Yes. Cinnamon?
Sorry, I had a brief internet drop for a second. I should be back now.
You're all
Uh,
good.
So I would like to run in to be uh, probably just let's see. Uh, if I was about here to start off with, can I get into close range?
Yeah.
Okay, we would. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to move close, and then just kind of like with the with modular scythe in shield mode, can I detect any part of this of this creature that would still be hard?
Yeah, like it's got the spines on its back, and its like legs and body are covered in like dense scales.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just go for one of its legs then, and just last time we tried like an ambush originally, it didn't work, so totally foregoing any kind of plan or like strategy. I'm just running in and just like bashing one of its like front talons or like hands with the shield mode.
Totally. That is crushing.
You heard me tough?
Um hmm, hmm, hmm. I mean crushing.
Okay, that is a 6 for crush.
Okie dokie. So you're trying to hit it in its leggies, right?
Yep.
Okay. How much harm do you do? Or are you using any of your cool moves?
I am not using any moves, so I believe it does 5 harm because that's how much edge I have, plus 1 because the shield mode has what's called brutal, which means it does plus 1 damage or harm when I'm attacking with crush.
Cool. All right. Let me get the two of you like getting into engagement with this monster and uh rolling my dice, having a good time, having a good time. Um I play so many Forged in the Dark games and Powered by the Apocalypse games that I'm so not used to rolling dice. Um it has these really weak arms. Hold on. Okay.
I cannot commiserate. I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah. Yeah. No weak arms over here.
Oh yeah, don't
Um,
forget to mention the part where Priprian is bulging with muscle.
bulging with muscles. It is going to just sort of like line up next to Priprion, and it's just gonna hip check you, just like hold on, just like bonk, bonk. And you're gonna take 3 harm and get schmooved on back over here.
Can I use the companion ability to be pushed out of the way and not take that harm?
Sure. How does your owl Dorito? How does Dorito push you out of the way?
Dorito, head still turned 180 degrees to face behind me, is just going to like grab onto a finger, uh, and then you know the thing where you like grab someone's finger and like bend it back till it's like painful. Just does that and like kind of forces me to kind of like be pulled along or like
Sure.
feel bad.
And then, you schmoove over here and it hip checks nothing. All right. And let's check back in with the witch crew. As you guys are heading off to the racetrack, I think the witch stops probably lesser evil and is like, excuse me, kid. Hey,
Hmm.
look. I know that you two are going off with your friends. You're gonna fight this big monster, and that's awesome. I'm so glad for you. But I just want you to remember, a long time before you were born, they weren't monsters. They were just animals. And that one used to live in the ocean, but it can't live in the ocean anymore. I remember I was there when they used to take them out of the ocean and lift them into the city. It was fucking crazy, man. Um, and she hands you this, what was the item called? It was the dummy fish.
Hmm.
And I think that it's just like a little, like a little conch shell. And, or not, what's like a tech version? She's a tech witch.
Cyber cell.
Like a
So-
telephone.
Uh,
They
is this
kind of
like
look
a
like a shell.
is it like a portable MP3 player that comes with like a case we can kind of close it like a compact mirror?
I kind of like it being in the cell phone range, actually. I like the idea of it being like an old school, like one of the really big ones from like the 80s.
Oh. Like my other idea was like in that very short period before like the rectangle became the standardized like form factor for smartphones. There were like slightly different designs and ideas maybe sometimes for smartphones. What if it's like a weird one of those? Round or like shaped like a snail. I don't know.
Now, what if it's shaped like a snail? Okay, all right. What if it is shaped like a fish?
God.
It's
Fish
this
phone.
it's this phone that like only has one button on it right now. That's not true. It has a bunch of buttons, but there's a little sticky note on it that says the code is 1234. Um, and she says, just remember, it'll remind it of the ocean.
Hmm.
And pushes you along to
Right.
go catch up with your friends.
Last
Is
time
it
I
the-
heard alligators were like freshwater animals, but you do you. Like,
It's not an alligator. I don't know why they. And you're like running. You're like running to go catch up with your friends, and she's just shouting, "I don't know why they called it that."
Is it like a big mouth Billy Bass that you hold up to your head to talk into?
Okay. Okay. Now hold on. Now what if it's? What if it's one of those, but it's also a cell phone? Um.
I thought you were asking if the monster was a big mouth Billy Bat.
Those are also not found in the ocean, so it doesn't solve that problem.
Yeah. Anyhow, the two of you catch up to the rest of your friends. Let me scooch on over to put you on the map. That is, there you guys are. And there's all of these, like, being on the track is dangerous because there's all of these weird ghost cars racing along the track. And the ghost cars are filled with yeah, Super Smash Bros. Map. This is F-Zero map cars.
No
But
wonder all the cars are ghosts if the racetrack intersects with itself.
well, it's figure eight. It's
It's a little extra motivation to not be in first and not be in last.
but
We travel in packs for our own survival.
The track is in permanent time trial mode, and what they display is all like the like previous like best times, best lap
Uh-huh.
times, and that's why they're ghost cars.
It's okay. I am not an incredibly talented artiste on the fly, but this part, hold on, this part is going over this part. It's a little bridge.
Okay.
I should have made that more clear. This part is just on the ground, and it's like it starts being a bridge like here,
Okay.
and then it goes off the map. Awesome. Oh yeah, that's how we should do it. Yeah.
Speed run and skip where you jump off of the bridge and onto the, and then you have to go backwards for a bit so you get to the checkpoint, but then you can continue going around and skip like half the loop.
This is exactly it. Nope, stop. All right.
Just a short question: what's that blue stuff up north? I missed
That is
it.
the ocean.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, we have
Oh.
we have like a fish cell phone to remind us of the ocean because we can't just point and go, "Hey, look at that."
Look. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I thought the bouts would be shorter, and I thought we would get to more places, and I wanted us to get to the ocean, but I also really wanted us to get to the racetrack.
This is fair.
Sometimes you can do both. That's what we're learning today. Sometimes you
That's
can
what
do
we're
both.
learning. That's what
Yeah,
we're
there can
learning right
always
now.
be
That's what we're
flood.
learning today.
All right. What do you guys do? Let's see what Lesser Evil and Pete do as they arrive onto the scene.
So we have to like, should we like get it into the sea and then it's oh no, it cannot.
Can't
I
go
don't
there.
understand what the witch wants.
Can't go into the water. Full of electricity. Can't go back there.
Okay.
It would get fried like immediately.
And probably
Um,
fry all the fish around it.
and all the fish around it, which would be free lunch if it wasn't exploded. I think that's what happens when you put electric things into water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt water,
Um,
especially. Salt water is conductive.
Yeah. So I think
Ah.
that, the witch was just reminiscing about how it didn't used to always be this way.
So we can use this fish phone to make it sad.
You can Yes, you can use the fish phone to make it sad. Yeah,
Put it in, you can put it on the racetrack.
Like
Oh,
Peter is with me, yeah?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Pete, do you want to make the alligator sad?
Why
I feel
would we make it sad?
like with the phone. Do we want that? Feels mean.
If it is strictly necessary to beat this beast, then perhaps. But otherwise, I think it would be better to be a bit more honorable than that.
Listen. I don't want to have like I cannot like I don't want this responsibility. So like you take the phone. I'll you.
All right, I'll take the phone. I give
You-
the phone to Bud.
Bud barks
has the
and then
phone.
holds the phone in
Keep
his
it
mouth.
safe. Keep it safe.
You'll.
But
That's
I
you.
trust that you have the moral imperative to use this when necessary.
Oh.
Good boy. You're a very good boy, Bud. And then I'm gonna run up. And I want to do a little maneuver because you can use the Doge Pals to like bring you a far distance in a single round. So I am going to get close with Bud, and I'm gonna have Bud jump up so that I'm in reaching distance of the head, and then I'm going to spin down. I want to try and slam the head into the concrete of the racetrack.
Give me that's super. Actually,
That's
that might be a
slicey.
little slicey. Yeah.
Oh, well, I have 0 slice, but I'll roll 2d6 and take the lower.
I believe in you.
I
Oh.
don't, but we'll see. That is a 4 and a 1. First
Well,
roll of any bout for me is going to be a 1, and we just need to learn this.
and we need to be okay and accept this.
Yeah.
I think that it's ghost car time, and you try to slam it into the thing, and you have to you and Bud have to get into position, right? There's a little bit where you go on the racetrack, and a horde of ghost cars come. I should have had a ghost car token. Are coming down the track towards you. They're going to hit you before you. They're going to hit the two of you, Pete and Pripian, before you guys can complete this maneuver. What do you guys do?
It takes an action to use an item, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna take it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to do something to not get hit, you could. We could.
Oh well, then I'd love to use the shield that.
No, you can't do that while riding.
All right. Well, I
But
think
if you
that-
want to try to jump out of the way or something.
Unless it's the other shield, but I don't know if that's in shield mode.
no, it's the
Yeah,
one that the dog had.
I'm wondering, can I use my shield move to block all harm from coming to Pete? And Pete uses the yeet move to throw me to the other side of the Pilogator so I don't get hit by the car. And these happen simultaneously.
Now, a classic tabletop rule is that to do it, you have to do it.
You know what
And
the other tabletop rule is? 2 things happen at once. And I'm invoking that here today.
How would you do it? I like this mental image, but in my mind, you're no longer there when Pete needs to be defended.
I'm being thrown, and a chain of interlinking hands and arms connect me and the modular scythe together, so the modular scythe can stay next to Pete and then get pulled back to me later.
No.
Okay.
So, like,
Wait, hold on. Wait, a chain of interlinking. Wait, hold on.
was there way
do
that you're
you-
like extendo arms?
Yeah, I didn't know you
I
had
didn't
extendo.
either.
I thought you were just a koosh ball.
Wait,
So-
are they like arms with a hand on each side? What is this?
You know, don't think about it too much.
Hold on. Let's think about this more.
Listen, I'm about to take Deus Ex Machina on my bingo board, but
It is me. I'm the dancing spot.
Yeah, no, I just don't think you can do both of these at once.
Yeah, that seems fair.
You could do one or the other. I'd be fine with either Pete yeeting you or you blocking Pete.
What's your health looking like?
I got 7, so I'm good.
I also have 7.
Oh,
so
someone also told a joke, right? So I have 2 more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
did
at 9.
everyone recovered too when the joke got told during the lull, right?
So I'm so good. I'll eat you. Let me eat you. Because I also have bitter herb, so I can get all that back.
Okay.
All
Give
right.
me
Eat time.
nothing. You don't need to give me nothing. Actually,
Yeet just happens.
give me like a pierce.
All right.
To line this up.
Can I
that's
request to be yeeted to the other side of the Pyligator, so kind of close to the other racetrack?
That's only a 2.
Oof.
Yeah. You're gonna
Maybe
be
it's
over
the wrong
here.
spot.
Hold on, you're gonna be over here. Hold on, you're gonna be over here. There we go. Giant hammer swing, just koosh balling you all the way across the track. And Pete, I'm gonna roll a D4. Where's my D4? Oh, it's currently being used to hold my microphone up. That's very unfortunate for you, Pete. Can you please take 4 harm as the real car hits you?
All right, that's fine.
Within the gaggle of ghost cars, as they zoom past, there is a single car that's real. And sorry, looking into the chat, very sorry, Maddie. Pripriyan is made of hands, like a koosh ball of hands. And that's all you need to know. But yeah, I think that there's one real car that is racing along with all of these, like this computer robot car that was built to race on this track has been racing with the ghost memories from before the apocalypse for, you know, 4 decades now. And it's beaten up and it's worse for wear. But goddamn, Pete, is it still 4 harm?
Yeah, I take it like a champ.
Yeah,
I'm only at half health. I'm sitting pretty.
you're gonna be fine.
I'm doing fine.
So now that Pete's gone, who wants to go next?
I can go next. I can go next.
Okay.
What soft parts does it have?
Its head, and the pylon, the bottom part of the
Okay.
pylon.
Okay. Well,
Or actually, hold on. You're up close to it.
yeah, I'm up close to it.
You can see something you notice about the pylon now that you're up close. It kind of looks like if you keep hitting it from the top, it might just come out.
Okay.
Like you might be able to just knock it out from the top.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to I guess just or I guess maybe just like I guess like aerial ballet and spending it just to keep myself in the air.
Okay. Going towards the
The pylon
okay.
and like
Um
and like
all
keep
right.
it's just like cutting at it and like I guess yeah. I'll
Oh,
go ahead and
okie
roll
dokie.
my slice.
This is very slicey, yeah.
That's 2 2s so far. That's a 5. Okay.
Oof. All right. How much harm are you doing here?
I am doing I believe it was 8 harm for an aerial rodeo.
Hold on. Yeah.
Because it's 5 for just base, then 2 for aerial, then 1 for stingers.
Yep. So
Oh, I guess I could have done this with Pierce if I wanted to do extra damage. Is this
mhm.
broken?
Coulda
I
done-
think maybe.
it is broken. That's why it's schmoving. And what is 7 plus 8? It is 15. Okay. It's not thrilled about this. Either Priprion or Lesser Evil. Who would like to go? Also,
I have
sorry about
some
my upstairs neighbor. They're doing
like.
something.
I don't think that it gets caught. I haven't
That's
heard
awesome.
anything. Still,
Awesome.
I can still understand if it's distracting. um.
Mhm.
So, I kind of want to have Dropkick drop a trap somewhere near the thing, as like is it as it's possible, and
Yeah.
kind of like me personally, I would like to uh hmm yeah, let's just move in that direction, I guess. I never know what's a good movement direction, so just please tell me if it's too bad.
I like that.
Okay.
There's as long as you're not in the horrible dangerous track,
Yeah.
you should be fine.
Okay, let's see if I can. And the trap I wanted to place kinda here. Oh,
Oh,
I
wow.
cannot fill the hexagon. What a shame.
Why'd you do that hexagon? That's cool as shit.
I think there's one of the
Yeah.
states you can choose in the
Oh
drop.
yeah, you can fill them. I have to, or like at least, oh god. I will draw it again. You can fill them. I don't know.
Now, for
Let's
those still playing bingo, this may not be Roll20 as a functional website, but it isn't not Roll20 as a
I have
functional
it, I have
website.
it, I have it, I have it.
Yippee.
So this is the trap, I guess.
Okay. What is the trap, like fictionally?
That's an excellent question. Like it has to be big enough in some way to snare like something that's very large. Like what if it's like something that is much more compact, but when it's triggered, it like just like explodes in like a lot of awfulness.
Sure.
Like what if it's like weird goo that just expands and like is sticky and awful and
I was going to
bad?
do goo for mine. You can have it.
I mean, we can have both. Both
we
can
can
have
have
the
two
same.
goos.
Yeah, like maybe
Everyone
they're
can get goo.
different. Like have different flavors, colors, smells.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like the goo. All right, Priprion. Cinnamon, what is Priprion up to?
All right. Now that I'm over on this side, between the sea and the racetrack,
Mhm.
I would like to pull out. Make sure I'm fully off it. Pull out the bell item that I have. Um, I think something where I can hold it in one hand, and then like pull something like a ripcord or like a or like the starter cord on a lawnmower kind of thing, to just make this kind of like screaming, almost like air raid kind of sound. And this item, if I successfully use it, will pull the monster one or near to me. So it'll move closer to me, which happens to be where a racetrack is.
That's so true.
Uh,
Oh,
because I am facing this down head on and trying to get its attention with this thing where I am, would that be crush? Is this being bold action?
I'm
Is that
making a
something
face.
you roll for?
Please
Hey.
don't say Pierce. Yeah, using an item is the assist move, which is use an item on a self or close
Well,
target.
this
Fails
is
on a
an
one or
our
two.
tools. This is like your companion's tool.
Yeah,
Is that
is
the
that
same?
different from an item?
I think that is different from an item.
I just use it like that.
Yeah.
So
I think you can just do it.
because it's a one-use thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, just want to point out that you would pull the monster kind of away from the trap I just put down, but
The
that's
trap
fine.
isn't location based. It says once you have set the trap, it will cancel the monster running away.
Oh,
What it says specifically is lock the
I
monster
thought
in place
it's
until
like
the
a
next
sn-
round, preventing it from moving.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I
Oh,
guess
moving,
running
okay.
away.
Also mean that it
Yeah.
can't go towards the bell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Right.
thought it was moving as in leaving, but yeah, if you activate the trap, then it just can't move at all this round.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was like it has to step into it, which it. Anyway, that's
Okay.
weirdo
If
map
our turns had
games.
gone in the other order,
Yeah.
would have gotten pulled into the racetrack and then stopped
Yeah.
and unable to move from there.
Yeah. Oh well.
Do we want to have? I'm fine with you guys
Yeah, sure.
synchronizing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I rarely play games with maps.
Oh, me
This
either.
is so new to me.
Or here, I
uh,
think that someone's talking about like, oh, I made it smaller on accident. I grabbed Pete like over
He
here
is the trap.
so that it gets
okay.
locked
Yeah.
on the
Sure.
racetrack.
Sure.
I think that while using the item isn't a move, this is a plan that you have hatched to use a series of items in conjunction to achieve
I wasn't aware of the trap when I made this plan, therefore cannot be taken account in terms of what move I have to use or what dice I have to roll.
Like, is this
Oh.
because this is all companions doing? Shouldn't the companions be rolling? I'm sorry that I'm doing like this kind of stuff.
Dorito
but
has
also,
3 beers.
Dorito has 3 beers. Dorito loves it when a plan comes together.
If there's anything I know about Doritos, it's that they're pointy.
Exactly.
That's so true.
this took longer for me than it should.
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin for Dorito, and we'll see how good Dorito's plan is. On a heads, Dorito's plan is incredible.
Can Dropkick help?
I'm gonna flip 2 coins, and if either of them are heads, it will.
All of our companions are smarter than us.
Okay, so that first one's a tails. Ooh, and I dropped the second one.
The 10 pin-
Oh, and the second one is a heads. Dorito and Dropkick come together to form the ultimate monster hunting team. And the Pyligator starts trundling over to you and gets caught in the goop. And now it's getting gooped.
If that isn't an action, can I still use an action to attack?
I think that you don't have to roll for it, but because we just
an action?
did lesser using their action for it.
Mhm.
I think we'll stay consistent and treat it as an action.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I will say there's only roughly half an hour left for our block in this stream,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm aware. It's locked
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the track right now.
bending
I'm-
rules to finish things up quickly might end up happening at some point.
I'm rolling some dice. It is. Where's all my documents? It starts like trying to discharge some like just discharge energy as much as it can. And it sets up a little like shield around it. Around itself. Whenever you move into or away from it until the end of the bout, you're going to take 1 harm. So like if you were to go from here to here, you'd take 1 harm, as it's got this little aura of static. All right, top of the round. Who wants to go?
I think.
Uh,
Uh,
sorry to interrupt, but like I think if I want to do like a sticky shot, I
You
should
do
do
it
it
now.
now so that people could theoretically run away.
That's a good point.
So I would like to wait a second. That's near, so I have to get kind of like what's near in terms of distance again?
Here-ish, I think, is
Ish.
near.
Yeah, that's 30.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
near. That's
Uh,
near in my heart.
Yeah, and then I guess I shoot because of the extra effect. Want to shoot the sticky grenade at its head.
Okay.
Like I hope it's Pierce.
Describe to me, paint me a little bit of a picture here. How are you going about this?
Okay, I think this is very much okay, this might lead to a different role, but like one thing that came to my mind once the trap has sprung, I don't know, has anyone here played the famous video game Dragon's Dogma?
Oh,
I have not.
yes.
Oh, like when you fight a big monster in that game, like there's like a music sting that happens, and like your like strange NPC companions are like shouting, "Oh, it's fallen down! Now attack!" and whatever. And it's kind of like a situation like this, right? Oh, now the monster is trapped, and you have to kind of go there and do the big swings and do the big attacks, like impactful attacks. I should maybe say it like in that, like it's not that I'm using the gun and like trying to be muscly with it. It's more like, okay, let's use the uh like the more like impactful ammunition, I guess, in that sense. Like,
Uh-huh. Now that is very crushing.
yeah,
With the
like
big impactful ammo.
yeah, sure. Let's just then I'll just roll nothing and we'll see what happens. Right?
Yeah,
You
nothing
see?
bad has ever happened to
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Nice. That's hold on. I gotta look at our chat really quick. You know what? That's pretty good, actually, on nothing.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that so how does your let me move on over here to the bowgun. You're doing sticky shot, 3
Yeah.
harm to a foe and adjacent targets at the start of the next round, and headshots will inflict +1 stun clock.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't think that I'll get a headshot here because it's a mixed success, right?
No. I'm a fan of the players, and I like the image of you getting it in the head. Um, but it is starting to schmoove away. It's very big, and the sticky is not quite sticky enough. It's going to take someone else is going to have to help hold it in place for this to work. But if it does, it's going to be great.
I can run up and help out. I was thinking about doing something for that.
Yeah. How are you? What are you doing?
So I'm gonna move off the highway
Sure.
onto the other highway, I guess.
Mhm.
And then I would like to I'm the idea I have in my head of hitting its head so hard that it kind of sinks into the pavement.
Mhm. Mhm.
Don't know if I don't know if that's feasible given like its orientation right now, but it's sticky. It might be lower to the ground.
Might be lower to the ground. Okay. Give it to you. It's like holding its head down, trying to like pick at the sticky, to get itself free.
Cool. All right, then yeah, I'm gonna go for the head. I'm gonna swing down with my with my big old club and try and slam into it so hard it kind of sinks down into the ground. Like push, like using the concrete and the stickiness to weigh it down.
Okie doke. Give me a brush.
All right, that's 3 dice. I'm gonna roll these one at a time for cinematic effect.
Ooh, okay.
We got a 5, and a 1. So that's a 5.
Okay. How much harm do you do there? You just do 4, right?
I'm gonna do a bone cruncher on top of that. And I'm at 3. I'm at 3 edge right now, which comes down to 2 with the bone cruncher. Because I had to use an edge before for yeet. So
By the way, can you take 1 harm because you got into close with it? You entered into its
yes,
shock zone.
I can do that.
So that's 6 harm.
Yeah, 2 plus 3, so that's 5 actually.
Oh.
Or I guess, does it count the edge when I hit with a move? Does it count the edge I spend on the move or not?
I say no normally.
Okay, so then I have 2 edge left after using Bone Cruncher, and that's plus 3 harm, so then that's 5 total.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. And it's glued.
Cool. Actually, wait, why would I only have 2 edge? Because I had 4 before, right?
Yeah. I don't know how you went down, Edge.
Oh, I marked the Bone Cruncher before I knew I didn't hit. That's why. Earlier when I didn't hit, I still marked the Bone Cruncher. So technically that's 6. Technically that's 6 damage.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Pripyan or Sun on Streets. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I think that like Sun on the Streets is going to use their last edge to do an aerial rodeo and try and really finish off that pylon.
Sure. Give me a. How are you How are you just like trying to hit it as hard as you
I
can?
mean, I think it's like, I think it might be at this like. I don't see like I don't think so. Like it would probably be more like a trying to like trying to like trying to cut it up, like trying like cut it up so like it has an easier time going through, maybe.
Oh,
If that's
that sounds
because
pretty piercy to me.
yeah, okay. So
All right,
I'll
give me.
roll 1 die.
Okay, good luck.
That's a 1.
Yeah, it's not. That's pretty bad. Take your edge back. And yeah, I think that you get stuck on the sticky as you fall to the ground. You're gonna get caught up in the blast that happens at the start of the round.
Can I use my companion to can I have my companion push me out of the way?
Sure. Yeah. How does do you have a name for
Yes,
your
Nick.
Nick? Okay. Nick the dog. Nick and Rita are probably great friends. Pushes you out of the way. And you're out of the you're out of the goop.
Yes.
Okay. Say it, you're over there. You're
Probably
near
also out of the track.
the
Yeah.
road. Yeah. All right. Pripyan, what do you do?
So I think that I was in field mode. I'm going to. I'm already in pretty close, but now that it's on the racetrack and I saw what happened to Pete earlier, I'm gonna try and like run in and avoid any ghost cars. avoiding any like swipes or stomps that this monster is making, and try and just cut into its like chest where that pylon is coming through, and will help work that through a bit more with the morphing blow.
Okay. Give me a. That sounds very slicey to me.
That is a 3.
Okay. That's still a mixed result. Let's say, how much harm are you gonna deal here?
It would have been 7 harm.
7, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Or
say
actually 8 because it's a +1 when using slice.
okay, all right. And you're going for the pylon. I think that what you get here is that you just don't get it at the pylon. And you're in the range of, or how what is the reach on the scythe part?
The sight has a reach of near and close. So either one of those.
Okay, so you can get at it from near without needing to get close to the explodey bit. Actually, here's your 7, not 7 and 9. Here's your mixed result. Is you have to get close enough to the explodey bit to hit.
I'm good with that.
So you will get caught up in the explosion. You did 8,
Yep.
folks. That's 69 damage.
That sounds like it
Exactly.
deserves donations.
That's
Hey.
honestly, hey guys, if you guys could donate $6.09 or £6 9 pence, I'm just saying. I'll take a picture of this and post it afterwards, by the way, so no one thinks I'm like making it up. It's exactly 69.
That's teamwork.
All right. Okay. Give me no, you don't have to give me anything. I keep wanting to say give me a roll, but I don't know why. It's the Fortune of the Dark Brain Rot. All right. It's tempo time. And the Pyligator is going to just like start. Oh, by the way, take 1 harm when you enter into the Pyligator zone.
Thought it might have already been close enough to have already been inside that zone, but happy to take it.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you were at like vaguely reach.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard without the playing cards, but I couldn't figure out a way to do playing cards. I think the Pyligator is going to discharge. It's going to just like, for the 2 of you that are in the zone it's in, it's just like rapidly discharging. Each of you is going to take 1 harm. And you're going to be shocked. You won't be able to do anything until the start of your next turn. And then at the start of the round, there's an explosion. And all 3 of you, Pyligator included, are going to take 3 harm, right?
Yeah.
And the Pyligator is stunned from this. Gotten it all the way to 6, which is the Pyligator stun clock. It is woozy and it can't move. What do you guys do?
Wait, so who is shocked?
Pripyayan and Pete.
Okay. Okay. So, and was I blown up or
No, you're not in the range.
okay.
Because you specifically moved out of the range.
Okay, yes. I did think so. Okay. So yeah, I think it's like I mean I might use the I might use the time to sharpen because I'm out of edge.
Yeah,
Okay.
do it.
So I guess the way you roll a die, and if it's more than
I'm not going to
if
make you roll the die because the monster can't move.
oh yeah, that's true. I'll just refresh all my edge.
Awesome. Okay. Pripyan, Pete, or Lesser.
I would like to move up close and attach a mine to its head. Since
Okay.
we've already
Wait.
been doing this.
Weren't we all? Although weren't we also? We could also do it to the pylon.
Oh, sure. It's almost done, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
let's.
we've done
Yeah,
so much to the pylon,
yeah,
so
sure. Let's do
gotta
that
be
instead.
almost done.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Okay.
We didn't do a lot of head stuff.
We
Sure.
did some, but there's also like the pylon seems to also have something.
You guys have been going hog wild on this pylon.
I think I've
Yeah.
only ever hit the pylon.
Yes. How much moved that, didn't mean to. Mines. Plant a mine on a monster part. Attacks the mined part, deal 3 extra harm. And if a monster moves past them, okay. Give me a roll for that. That seems I feel like this is in like the tough not tough, sorry, the sharp
that
realm of
seems-
like
that
planning.
setting up for like other. I thought so. Like setting up for other people to hit it more sounds like Pierce to me.
Yes, sorry, I meant Pierce. I said slice, I meant Pierce.
Oh, you also said tough.
Listen,
Everything is so
it's,
hard.
It's all
It's all stats.
it's all
Words are
rolled.
difficult. Words are difficult.
If I learned nothing else from this game, it is that
Wow.
Monster of the Week has a stat called Tough and no other stats.
Yeah, it has a
Whenever
stat
you're
called
rolling, you are
tough.
always rolling tough.
I
You
mean,
have to
listen,
understand.
if you're playing certain classes in that game, yeah, pretty much.
Apocalypse World is the real tough thing.
Oh, there's
That's
tough
the
and
game that
weird
I've played
Monster of the
recently.
Week. Those are the only
Oh.
ones I know.
I'm one of these people who never played never played Apocalypse World because
I've played
the
a
other
few
games.
Apocalypse World games, and man, are they fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
played
Anyhow,
Apocalypse
I,
World itself.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. I'm gonna
Also-
let you get it in the pylon because that's sort of the point here. But I'm going to say that you're gonna take 1 harm here as you enter. You're gonna take 2 harm. 1 for entering in to close with it, and
Yeah.
another for just trying to do something complicated in the close
Yeah.
zone.
Sure. Also, I'm out of ammo, so that we are all aware of that. That's all my special stuff done. So
Okay,
you do like everyone else. Do your best.
everyone,
We
get
have
it. Get that
15 minutes
pylon out.
left.
I want to methodically climb up to. I'm taking my time because it's stunned, so I'm gonna climb on up. I'm gonna rear back, long upswing, and then just like I'm hitting a like I'm hitting nails into to stabilize a tent, just knocking this thing like knocking the pylon like as far through the creature as I can to try and pop it out or anything, you know.
Yeah.
But
Let's say it's on its side.
Sure.
And you're able to like not like on its side all the way, but enough that
Angle.
like when you knock it out, it won't just go into the ground.
Would you
Yeah, it's
say
angled,
that you're
it's angled.
doing a pile driver?
Would you say that you're
Like-
using a pile driver?
I mean,
Pile
not really,
driver.
but like you're pile, like pile, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
like
2 a.m.
Well-
almost.
No,
I
no,
have an
pile driver's
excuse.
really good. You
If
got
anybody else has the puns on their bingo sheet, you can mark it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna roll for that. That's crush, I'm guessing.
oh yeah, so you're crushing it.
All right. That is a 1, a 3, and a 4. So that's just gonna be a 4. I am gonna make this. God, do I want to make this a bone crusher? Yeah, I'm gonna make this a bone crusher. Um, so add on 3 additional harm to that.
Okay. You. I'm gonna make you take 2 harm here, as the pylon, the like. Okay. You succeed. You launch the pylon out.
Nice.
We are unfortunately up to 74 harm for those keeping track at
Sad.
home. No longer funny. And the Pylogator, which is now just a gator, like is shocked awake. This thing that has been lodged inside of it for the better part of I guess you would say the better part of a century now, is suddenly no longer in it. There's a wound where it once was, but it's been like cauterized over the decades. And it seems fine. It's not like pleased by this sudden situation. It's still angry and mad, but if what the witch said was true, and you could just get it to go back in the ocean, and it should be good.
Can I, at this moment, have my dog click the button of the phone near the ocean? Because I
Yeah.
gave it to Bud,
You did give it to Bud. I'm gonna
and
say
Bud is a moral and upstanding animal.
I'm gonna say the problem with this is I don't think Bud has the manual dexterity to hit the buttons on the phone.
Can someone please assist Bud with pressing the button?
I have
just
so
like
many hands to give.
it's just like when when dogs try to hit those buttons to talk, but he just keeps
Yeah.
missing. Like he's just like tapping around it, but he
Like
doesn't
if
know
you
how to
made
do
one
it.
of those, but like human keyboard sized.
Yes.
I'm imagining, I don't know if anyone else saw the GDQ run this year with the
Yes.
dog.
Yeah, peanut
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah. I'm imagining that.
Peanut butter is the name of the dog.
That dog ruled. That was the coolest thing I've seen in a while. All right. Yeah. Priprian, you run over, and Bud is very happy to give this to you.
No. I just help steady the phone so that the button presses with the nose are more accurate.
Okay, excellent. Even
I
better.
know my place in this.
Yes. And it makes like how would I describe this? It's the mating call of a different fish that this fish eats. And it like sort of rights itself and like steadies itself and is like, it's weird because like you can clearly tell it's like someone who's had like a messed up leg taking that, like finally being like well, and like, oh, it's weird how good I can walk right now. And it like starts sniffing in the air, and it like kind of starts following the sound, and it looks very hungry, and it looks like it might eat you if it thinks that you're the noise. What do you do with the phone? Oh,
Is this still floating? Because the item description said floating.
yeah. As soon as you turn it on, it stops. It stops obeying the laws of gravity. I like that a lot.
Push it in the ocean, or like,
Yeah.
close, like above it.
I've been waiting for Bud to do the thing. Is this on me?
I don't think Bud
I
can
assumed
throw.
this was on you and not on.
Okay, sorry.
Bud is standing there looking at you. This is such a stoic dog, by the way. I just need to underscore that. Like, it is staring at you with human eyes in that way that some dogs do. Like,
we've already talked about like people with different kinds of bodies. Human eyes on a dog can mean something in this world.
Yeah.
I think it's funnier if it's not literal, if it's like in the way that, because like some dogs, like they look at you with a very sharp recognition, And I think that's what this is. It's less about literal human eyes and more the even more uncanny one of like, oh, this is a very smart dog.
Mhm.
This is like the Air Bud of hunting monsters.
Perfect. I think I'll look at the dog or look at Bud, look at the monster, and like, got it. And I will grab the floating anti-gravity like Billy Bass swinging fish phone in like some of my hands, and then dive into the ocean and start swimming with my many hands and going very
Okay.
quickly.
And the crocodile jumps in and follows you. And starts swimming for the first time in 50 years. It's very awkward at first. It looks so ungraceful. Like you cannot imagine a less graceful swimming. But eventually it gets there. I actually can imagine a less graceful swimming. Sorry, I realized I said that. And then I started thinking about how 1,000 hands that are in ball shape would swim. And
It's like the doggy paddle if 3 dozen people were tied together and could only doggy paddle.
I mean, it could be something like these, like they're like monocellular organisms or like microorganisms that
Yeah.
have like these very tiny hairs. You could move
Cilia?
like that, but it's your hands, which body horror, but also it's a lot of hands. What do you expect?
um
I'm not body
and
horror, I'm body friend.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
yeah.
expectations of society.
And I think that the crocodile leaves. No one ever hears from it again.
The
It's out
amphibian
there.
is now amicable.
Woo!
The amphibian is amicable. Everyone, you've won bingo.
I think Lesser Evil just like says, does anyone know that water crocodiles are not endemic to this region or never were? Anyway,
Let's just enjoy
animal
the nice moment.
facts.
Let's just
Bingo.
enjoy the nice moment.
And that's when it like does like the freeze frame and like the credits start scrolling up the screen.
Yeah. I think that this thing is endemic to the region, but it's endemic to like the benthic zone,
Hmm.
All right. Thank you guys very much for coming out here to play Monster Guts. It's very fun to hunt this giant pilot with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you all at home so much for tuning in to listen. It was great to play this game. And please donate to oh my god, why am I blanking? Trans Lifeline is for the Trans Lifeline
Medical
was
aid for
several years ago.
Palestinians.
Please donate to Medical Aid for Palestinians. Please buy the shirt if you can. That is for what is the shirt for?
National Network of Abortion Funds.
Yes, National Network of Abortion Funds.
Just
And
broadly, this is what GMing for 4 hours does to you.
this is what GMing for 4 straight hours does to you. I was on this shit at the beginning of the stream. Also, I see in my own chat people being worried about it. Obviously, it's stainless steel. It was inside of a living thing. It's gonna be fine. And the monster is gonna live happily ever after. And we've had some donations. All right, I'll use these last. Yay! Have we? Or my thing wasn't live.
Yeah, you have to refresh.
So, well, there's like a little thing you can flip it to. Wow, we had an $100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And we also had a $25 donation from Anonymous who said that my daughter will be participating in the fundraiser. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh,
Of course, we are.
That's so cool.
Yeah. We are so
Yeah.
happy to do this, and we are so happy to be able to give back. It is, you know, it is what's happening right now in Palestine is horrible and fucked up, and every single cent that we can give to help is truly life changing. And thank you all so much for donating.
Yeah.
We're
you.
very close to $1,500. Maybe we can fit
Ah.
$1,500 in the next game. Who
Pounds,
knows?
depending
it's
on
pounds.
currency conversion, we might actually be over $1,500.
Yeah. And Jenna, what is the next game?
What you know? What? Oh, wow, that's a great. Hold on, I can answer this question. Give me one second. What? Hey, does anyone know what the next? Hey, hang
It's
on.
Capes in the Dark is the next game.
Oh shit, Capes in the Dark. Hell yeah.
Wow.
This
So
has been a very
stick around
highly
for that.
anticipated game from the server.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot. It was
everyone
Capes in the
wanted to
Dark.
be in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Filled up
Ah.
instantly.
And
And
I
that's
have
in,
to go to sleep. Well,
Well, for
Um,
everyone that doesn't have to go to sleep, stick around and watch Capes in the Dark.
mhm.
And thank
You
you for
should.
watching.
you
Thank
really
you for
should. And keep
watching.
donating and everything else.
All right. I think we're good. Play us out, Remus.
Goodbye.